Hello, guys.
How are you?
I bet you can hear us this time because I plugged in the mixer. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Role Players. We are so excited to see you and hear my crazy players.
Hello, what's up, guys?
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. And thank you for coming to watch us play a little Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, Judd, and as I said, these are my wonderfully crazy players, the role players.
Hello.
And you
Cheers,
know,
everyone.
before we do
Cheers.
anything, Chad, would you take us in? Would you take us in?
Yes, for those of you familiar,
Wait, we're not doing announcements, right?
We're gonna come back to announcements. I want this. I'm feeling
yeah,
it.
because I want them to lead us into the whole game.
No, we're gonna transition to that.
announcements should just be its own song or something.
Oh well, next time we're gonna expect
We'll
an
think about
announcement.
it. Right.
Background for announcements.
This is our story. We started on a ship, brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles. We were hunted down by thieves, but we never let it stop us from singing Anak'Rali. For we are the...
Insert name here.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That is
and
amazing.
We have such a nearly complete theme song. We just are chasing that elusive name of our
Yeah.
adventuring party. Who knows? This could be the session
could emerge.
where we find it.
It could, you
Where
know.
something happens and we go,
It usually happens
That.
organically like
Yeah, it
that.
does.
I mean, we have some names kicking around in the ether.
Yes.
yes.
But they haven't stuck because I think we haven't.
They're not the right
It
ones.
has to
Right.
gut punch me. I have to
Yeah.
hear it. I have to go,
I
whoa.
think we're all
That's
gonna be.
it.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
But anyway,
But anyway.
fun times.
Well done, my friend. Well
We
done.
are secretly the Legion of Boom.
Okay, so guys, we are so excited to be
Seattle
back.
Seahawks might have something to say about that.
Exactly.
Couple quick announcements because I'm really, first of all, we are roughly on time, so I'm really excited. Thank you
That's
to
why
all
you
my
caught us
players.
off guard. I mean,
You're
we're just
welcome.
I know. I'm like, I'm going in, guys. We're going in. We're going hot.
Going in, we're going
Just
full
want to remind
speed.
everybody that every single new follower equals a set of dice gifted to kids at a school.
Aww.
To spread the joy of this amazing game. And as many of you know, this is much more than a game. You know, Dungeons & Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games allow people to work through traumatic events. They allow you to connect with others.
Yep.
Team building forms amazing friendships.
It's also incredibly practical, guys. Getting games into schools, it literally does help with math. It helps with...
That's a good point.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Right.
my math has probably gotten better from playing. It
Here,
also
here.
gets people out of their comfort zone to be more sociable, to interact with other kids. It is a great thing to integrate into schools.
It wipes
So it's
out
like-
clicks. It
It's
And it's
true.
not screen time, so
No.
that's
And it's
always a
not
win.
screen
No, it's almost
And-
all in your
Yeah,
head.
it's not-
No. This is
These are just for tracking stats.
Yeah.
But
And
you know.
also
But no, with all the
original thinking. I mean,
Yes.
thinking it's your own, not that somebody gave you or packaged
Yeah.
and force fed you or stuffed full of high fructose corn syrup. It's
Yeah.
completely yours.
It's true. Yes.
And you get to work with people and learn how to team build. And also with so many high schools getting rid of their art programs, I mean,
Oh.
art is creativity. It's our soul. So
Yes, and teachers, if you are teachers out there
Yeah.
watching us, we've already had several of you reach out through Twitter. Thank you so much. We've got you on our list of places to donate dice to. A big shout out to Tabletop Loot for their Gift of Knowledge program for letting us work with them to make this possible. So thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who has followed us. As you saw, we did a big donation earlier in the week, and Tabletop Loot, I don't know if you guys even know this, doubled our donation. It was huge.
Wow.
So it was amazing.
That's
so
awesome.
something like 60
Yeah.
sets of dice went out to kids this week, thanks to Tabletop Loot.
Keep it on.
So we really appreciate
Yeah.
it. And if we make it up to 200 followers, only 25 more from where we're at right now, we're donating several D&D starter sets for schools, for teachers that are trying to really get this off the ground. So not just dice,
Wow.
but the basic rules.
Yeah.
It comes with a module that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know we've had one that already
That's
also
amazing.
requested the essentials set, so you can reach out and let us know what you need. These teachers are taking their own time after school to get these kids engaged, and it's amazing. So
That's
we want to support them.
Yes.
This little thing, I think, can have huge impact throughout the world, and you know it's a tough world right now, so we need all the positivity and goodness we can.
Whoa.
I love
So-
that.
Yes.
So spread the word, bring people here, have them follow, and also for you guys, because you guys also deserve something for following us. We're doing another, I think another D&D book. Those have been really successful. Let us know in the comments, Jamie and Mike. Hi guys. They're in the chat, and they would love to hear from you. Kind of what sort of prizes would you like to see for giveaway? We're working on some special dice.
Maybe some painted minis we can do up.
Minis, I haven't gotten into that yet, but
Yeah.
that's a good one too.
I want to
So
add something to that.
Some people here are really good at painting miniatures.
this guy over here, Mr. Peter,
Yeah.
he is
Thank you.
quite talented. Yeah, so that's a great idea. Yeah, so let us know. And I think, also last one, Killer Panda, friend of ours, friend of the show.
KP.
She has helped spread the love, gifting
Yeah.
so many subscriptions
She
out
has.
there.
She's
We
been
love
firing
you.
them off.
She is streaming now, playing one of my favorite games, Lord of the Rings Online, which I played
Oh, that's
for
fun.
Now I'll
a
watch
long
that.
time.
I'll watch that.
I will
So-
be tuning in.
Cool.
Make sure, KP, hopefully you're listening. Make sure to give them your Twitter handle, which I believe is Killer Panda with the number 68
Yes.
something. Give it to them so they can go over there, follow you, watch her. She's amazing and she's a sweetheart, and we love her. So
And then
support that.
Killer Panda, I'm coming out to Chicago to do some teaching in March.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
Jamie, Mike, and Killer Panda will all get some Thai food out there. I'll let you know and make sure that you are there.
Yes.
At least I'm thinking you're in Chicago. If not,
And there's
Just
still
ignore that.
there's
Just-
still a small chance that one or some of us will be at C2E2.
Yeah.
E2C2, whatever. The big Chicago con. We're gonna try to make that happen for one of us. So
well,
keep you posted on that.
I can get out there.
All right, guys. Well, anybody else have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
I think that's
Oh,
it.
thank you, D&D, for letting a grown man play dress up.
Oh yeah. Can we just?
Can we take a moment
let's
and-
just-
and-
Not really.
Sorry, I
good.
should have really pointed this out. I'm sure they're all gushing over it. We have nobody.
like-
None of the players are watching the stream tonight, guys.
This is
Yes.
a
This
sword
could
would
block a
struggle
sword.
to get through here.
No, it really would.
It's
I will have the
real
name of the guy who made
boiled
this by
leather.
hand.
That is not foam.
Wow.
That is
No, that's-
crazy, amazing leather.
And it's
It's
oiled and
really
distressed.
firm.
I have a sword, so later
Look
we're
at
gonna
the
attack him and
fleur-de-lis.
see how it works.
The little
Yeah,
Oh, you're French
she
now.
knew.
the sign of the Mendeleev.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Guard.
oh.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you came up to me at a Renaissance fair, I would assume you worked there.
Yeah.
Oh,
At this
we're-
point.
Oh, we're.
Oh, we'll be at the Ren
Oh,
Fair
we're all going
for
to
sure.
the Renaissance.
Okay, just hit
fair.
me up because
Yeah. It's not till
We're gonna
May, I
be
think, in
there.
LA.
Oh yeah.
But we'll be there.
Oh,
my
we're-
cosplay is very limited, but
Oh, you're going for it.
Okay.
We're going for it.
No, we'll definitely we'll be there. We'll be there. We'll see you at the Oubliette.
But
or
yeah,
the
I got it on
Oubliette.
Etsy. I'll give you the name next week because I forgot.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I just got it
Okay.
today.
Amazing guys. So yes. So let's bring it in. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
do it!
Let's do
Good
it.
idea.
You guys ready? You guys want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to tell everybody that we leveled up? Because I feel like that.
Oh, yes, thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I meant to mention it before we
Kind of a
close out the
milestone.
stream. These guys have hit level 4.
hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
hello.
And if you're a
Stronger.
D&D player,
Better.
you know that's one of the first big levels because that's feat or ability score increase.
Who
And
did
for those
what?
who don't know,
And we
you
don't know
could-
who did what. It's
well,
all mystery to us.
and I was just
kind
gonna
of,
say,
yeah.
you could either
We're gonna role play that.
stick with us and find out the mystery of who got what when they leveled up, or you can download the D&D Beyond plugin for Twitch, and if it's your preference, you can take a look at our sheets and
I
follow
think it's
along
already
with
there.
us.
So if you're watching
Oh,
on
yeah.
Twitch, maybe not on your phone, but if you're on a computer, I think you can hover over the screen and it will slide out, and you can look at those stats and see what people chose.
I love it.
So,
Well, I don't know how to indicate it on mine, so I don't know. But I
We
have-
might be in the process of getting hers up to speed.
we'll
but-
get her there.
We'll get her there.
It's guys. It was
She needs a little extra help.
it was a week. Let me tell you guys. You know,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Life happens.
This is our side hustle. And we're all busy. So
Yes.
Yeah.
extremely busy this week. So don't worry about it. We'll get you up there. Maybe you can whisper with Chad and
Yeah,
make that
yeah.
happen
Yeah,
over
we'll
there.
do it.
Actually, Let me take a peek. If
As
you
they
want
do
us.
that,
Yes.
I'll bring you guys back
Please,
in, and
let's get into another reality.
let's bring it back in.
We're
And
cold.
Last
It's snowy.
Well, yes, but before we get there, as a recap
smell
of
like
what
shit.
happened, yeah, you guys smell like shit, and now you took a point of damage because it's so
Yeah.
Cold.
cold.
Who did that?
I was gonna say something else, but I'll keep it clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cold.
Let's keep it
Okay.
clean.
Keep it clean, guys. So last week, we started the episode in the chamber with the double-headed croc.
Ooh, yeah, I remember.
And
Recall.
very ingenious moves you guys made to take down that thing. And honestly, it was a really well done fight because that thing was dangerous, and it only got, I think, 2 attacks. It didn't do that much damage. So
No, I wonder who it almost ate.
yeah, it almost killed
Yes.
somebody. He came really
Somebody.
close. That's Seville. I'm pointing at Seville.
Jeez.
But you managed to defeat it.
Mm-hmm.
You made your way across that chamber. You found a kind of secret door. You went through it. You
I
found
figured that out.
a
but I
graded.
was-
Yeah, that was tabs. You found a graded path
You're just gonna clean.
over
Because they're
this
not paying
water,
attention.
over this sewage, and this stone gate fell behind you, blocking your exit. And then a demon spoke a riddle in Celestial, which Erisette luckily knew. And remember that she spoke. That was not planned. That she thought that was Celestial blew my mind because that was not planned at all. That was so cool. But she figured it out. You guys figured out, and she cheated. But the rest of you figured out the clue.
I forgot about
Yeah,
it.
she'll never live that down.
I panicked, really. I shot the bed.
Yeah.
It's okay. We
It's
forgive
okay.
you.
It's fine. It's fine.
It was pretty funny.
As the ceiling was collapsing, they figured out the riddle. Everything stopped. They
Pro
reset,
tip, the answer to
and
every
a
riddle
portal
is nothing.
appeared,
Right.
going
Or
down this
42.
this
Yeah.
ambling, rocky hallway. They found another big chamber, more blood, a blood pool. Somebody slipped through a portal before they had a chance to engage them. Another necromancer was there, raising an army of skeletons to fight you, but you managed to win the day.
That's right.
Seville then found the triggering mechanism for the portal, reactivated it, and for some reason, unbeknownst to any of my projections, they walked through said portal and found themselves on a slope of an icy mountain. So cold that they instantly took a point of damage because they were wet.
From sewer to Arctic.
Yes.
That's a not.
And
hear that.
That's where we left off last time. They
Yes.
saw a town down in the distance below, and they saw the mountain continuing up to very high peaks in the opposite direction. And we're going to pick it up, guys.
Great. I have an amazing plan, I think.
All right,
Oh,
so
really?
I can feel my cape just frosting over and hardening because we just came out of the sewer water. We're freezing.
What does the environment look like?
So, snow everywhere, and it's extremely cold. There's kind of, it's not quite blizzardy conditions. There's actually some sunlight poking through, which gives you a good look of the pine-looking trees. But there are these ice formations that kind of dot the area, very alien-looking, just like twisted ice spires that go up about 10 to, some go up as far as 20 feet, but most around 10 feet. And interconnected, weird shapes that you can kind of see through, like gaps. It's very unusual.
So
Art
is
sculpture?
snow and ice everywhere, or is it a little bit
Like,
more?
are we up against? Because I know we
You
just
guys
walked
are on
through-
you're on a sloping, almost kind of like this area is a little bit more open. Those ice structures are fairly close nearby. It slopes upward and starts to get very
But
steep.
did that portal? Is it on the? Did we just walk through like the portal's still open to the side
There's
of the cliff?
there is a
Or
portal.
is it
No, it's
just-
out. You're out in the
just
open.
out in the open.
And the
Oh, shit.
portal is just there. There's no structure around it. And as you guys are stepping through, the portal's still open behind you. You can still see into the sewer room. The moment you step through, you see the snow around you start to glow the blood red. And it glows.
No.
And it glows. And then
Jeez.
you see the snow erupt around you as... Hold on.
Oh no!
I wanted to go to the town and buy a coat. That's
Picturing
all
the
I
schools
I think we
in
gotta go back in.
Chicago, kind
Honey,
of
you're not gonna
beautiful.
get a coat.
I wanted a coat.
We gotta go back in. We're gonna freeze our.
Uh-oh. Hey, those of you who can't see this yet, stand by for terrain cam.
Stand by, guys. Stand
Oh,
by.
it's very
yeah.
snowy and icy, I'm
Ooh.
realizing.
Stand.
Dare I mention it? Dare I mention what planet we're on?
Yeah.
Welcome to
Feels like
Hoth,
we're-
everyone.
Whoa! Look at those cool things.
Wow.
I was thinking more like Arendelle.
Ooh,
Anyone
okay.
a fan of
Hey, I know we
Frozen?
tease it every session, so why not? Good to know you have maps like this at your disposal in case we do another Star Wars one-shot.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And we will.
Leave it.
Let's see.
This your
This is so
terrain game is
beautiful.
on
All right.
another level, man.
Thank you, man. That's that's what brings the fans.
That's what you
That's
got
what
it.
I want to see.
Toys, 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 toys,
I mean,
toys, toys.
no. These aren't toys.
I mean,
This is serious,
miniatures.
they
serious
are
engagement, guys.
tools,
All right.
for the trade.
So, I don't think.
Trade
What's
tools.
our snow song gonna be?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now hold on.
It's
Everyone.
probably like
Now, just
My
a side note,
fingers are
as you know,
frozen.
we've done a lot of work on our mics, and we are in sync right now.
My
Everything is
toes are
working the way
too.
it's supposed to. I think we've solved it. We had a bandwidth issue. But I'm going to change scenes right now. You let us know if it's still okay.
Uh-oh, Lucy.
Let us know. I'm eating chips again. Just
My
in case
hands are
anyone's wondering.
cold.
And because I can't see this now, Jamie,
My
shoot me a message.
fingernails
Let me
are
know
freezing off.
if you guys can actually see this. And
I can't see Tabitha.
I like that you got like kind of a little bit of a raspy kind of Joe Cocker-ish meets I don't know like Journey kind of vibe
Yeah,
right now.
but if I try to stretch that,
I was thinking
the House of Cards is all gonna come down.
You're thinking Bon Jovi, yeah,
Bon
that's
Jovi.
I could see that too. A little bit of time I used to walk
Walk on the dog.
okay, guys. So
Oh,
as
man.
you step through and you see
Chad, we
this
might have to have a
glow,
night.
let me bring it in, guys. Guys.
Guys, we're playing.
As you see that glow and you see
What?
you first see this guy.
This isn't gonna be good.
Oh, he doesn't look nice.
And you see this guy rise up from these
You know, he doesn't
banks
look
of
nice.
snow,
This
and
is
then
not-
you see
This is not fun.
you see in front of you this thing
What the what?
Okay.
explode.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
no, stop.
Mission abort.
Stop.
Shit.
Hey,
Why did we walk through
I
this?
have no idea
You
if
guys,
they
it
can.
was stupid.
Hey,
I told you.
you don't have
I
that
was
T-shirt
so
on that
against going
says
through
"Killing
this portal.
Players," so this does not count.
I
We're
kill
in
players
a
all
portal
the
out.
time.
It's just a dream.
Can we get back
Alright.
through?
For the
All right.
record, I was
All right.
I might have
never
to quote
voted.
Iron Maiden. Run
All right.
for the hills. Okay,
Guys,
Yes.
And I think we still have not had a long rest.
No, we
no,
haven't.
you haven't.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
think we
have a
slept
short-
3 times total. in this entire
Roll
game.
initiative.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
You
so-
guys, you have a chance to watch us die. If you're tuning in, this
Cool.
could be a
You
big
can see
moment.
where it
Guys,
all
this
You
happens.
get to
this
see
is
a
a
bunch of
TPK
player
setup.
deaths. I
Question
rolled
DM.
well on
Yes.
initiative this time.
And Azora.
Yeah.
You did good too.
We
I
haven't
don't-
leveled
I don't
her.
16.
Well, you have to do it.
Yeah,
And
so
I guess
Alyssa is still out of the country.
Yeah.
She'll be here next week. So I did not want to pick for her. So we're just going to keep her at level 3
Yeah.
until
Fair.
it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Can
because
you
I'm
ever
not going to
level
pick her.
4?
Nobody has spells.
Yes,
So-
she's gonna
I'm
stay
out
at
of
3
them.
until
Fresh
she
out.
gets
Fresh
back.
out of spells.
That is
Except
fine.
for...
That's much better for you guys.
No,
All right,
I'm
let's
out
just
of
do
spells.
Seville,
Yes.
All I got is one lousy
do you know how to
cantrip.
reactivate the portal?
The portal is still
So-
open.
You just stick it through.
Run.
Okay.
Run! At least we know what's here. Natural 20.
Oh! Oh, Seville!
Well, we
Seville,
might
you're
have
back
to
to your
fight.
old ways of rolling, it seems.
All right, give me
This is Sparta!
20. Oh, wait. Somebody rolling for Anazora.
I will roll for her.
All
Yes,
right.
I'm not
Just
touching
assertively.
it.
All right, and then give me 25 to 20.
Yeah, she got an 11 plus her modifier.
I'll look it up right
Her
now.
modifier's +1,
So she
So
got a 12.
All right, so what'd you get? You got
25.
Oh, what's
Smoking.
what do I add?
It'll be your dexterity modifier.
Or it says under initiative.
Right there.
This?
Yeah, likely you don't have any other bonuses, but you never know.
Oh, cool. Wow, my dex is up.
I know,
Oh,
because you.
boy.
Oh, and you improved your intelligence, so now all of your intelligence-based skills are at +3.
Oh, yeah. That's why.
Okay, we're not
What I
listening.
chose.
Oh,
You're-
I chose what I chose.
you're-
Did you have
All
2
right.
odds?
You're
and you
actually-
just-
All right, 15 to
As
20.
smart
That's
as
so
auto
nice.
now.
15
which is
to
saying a
20.
lot. I have 16.
15 to 20.
Yes.
15, guys.
19.
19. All right.
I
10 to
got-
15?
I got a 16.
Oh, so that would be the 15 to 20.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
I
thank
was
you.
busy.
10 to 15? Just tell us what you got.
I got a 9.
9!
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right, Seville, you are up. What do you want to do?
Are we fighting
As-
these things? And I
as-
look back toward the open portal.
Yeah.
I guess I'll leave it to Seville. I'll
Double
follow
back
his
to the
lead.
portal! Double back to the portal!
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm gonna make. Where's the portal? Is it behind us?
It's literally.
Tell us.
It's
yeah.
like right. It's like right here.
Is it still open?
It's
Yeah.
still open.
I can't. Well, we'll have to wait my turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to wait your turn.
Okay. Do they look threatening? I mean, they do, but are they?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Well, yeah. What was your
Yeah,
Well,
does that? I don't
mean,
know.
could have
maybe
been a
they
greeting
gander
party.
at
They
that
explode
spider.
out, and
And the red.
we have a giant crystal spider. Let me
Okay.
go back to this so you guys can see our players again. So this giant crystal spider, you just see the sunlight gleaming off
Yeah.
of its limbs that are crystalline in nature, snow covered.
Okay.
And these things just stand up out of the snow. They look like some sort of construct.
This is like such a classic situation of fight or flight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, I don't know.
I am
the-
going to pick up Tabitha,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'm throwing her through the portal.
Whoa.
All right, do a strength check for me.
Such a situation.
It's such a situation. Instinct takes over.
Be killed.
12.
All right. Yeah. I mean, because she's so light, it's very easy. You almost one-hand her. You know, just huck her through. And she
Yeah.
tumbles. You see her back in that room,
Oh,
just
but you're
tumbling
gonna
toward
die out
and
here.
like sliding and stopping yourself
Yeah.
before she slides into the pool of blood.
All right.
All right.
Bonus action. Now I'm just gonna.
Oh.
Are you not going through the portal?
Are we going through? I can't go without. I gotta make sure everybody else is
already
okay.
here.
I'm
That's a bad
staying.
idea.
I'm
Yes, go
staying
through. We
right
need a
next.
rest.
I'm staying right next to the portal and make sure everybody gets through.
I know y'all are
You
not
can't
gonna
hold-
just separate.
So you're
from
gonna have to
me.
wait for a whole round before you get to go through it.
Fuck,
And
I'm
you
going
can't
through.
hold your movement.
I'm carrying her through. I'm going with it.
You go through.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
So
going
you bolt through.
Nice.
And we're looking through that portal at them. Can we see through it or no?
Oh yeah,
it's-
yeah. No, you can
Okay,
see.
okay, okay.
You can see. There's a swirling energy.
But
you can
kinda
still
get that
see
thing.
through it.
So Tabby and I are like, yeah, up against the glass and just going, oh shit, make it,
All
make
right.
it.
All right.
So they're through the portal.
They're through the portal. Otto.
All right, I start to draw my rapier and I see them go through, and I'm like, what? And what I want to do is I want to scan around me. Do I notice beyond the scope of this encounter any notable features? Do I see a tower?
Do
I
a perception check for me.
see... Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. I was gonna do it at disadvantage, but you can just do it.
Oh, sorry, I got 100. I got a natural 1.
I mean, honestly, if you think about what's happening right now, these things just exploded out of the snow about 15 feet from you. You are full panic. This is a giant spider. These two constructs.
Yeah, that.
You just came off of another fight. You guys have had no rest. You can't even look around.
Yeah.
I see
You are panicked.
Some snow and some wind gets in my eyes, and I'm just like, to hell with this.
You're out.
And I jump through the portal.
Okay. All right, Ariset, you're up.
I grab Anazora and I run back into the portal as well.
Oh, okay. Do a strength check and let me see.
Like hold carrying her or like
No, I
holding
just
her
grab her
hand?
Grab her
hand.
by the
I'm-
hand.
huh?
Yeah, but she's.
Anazora, come with me! And I run and I try to reach her. I roll a 3, which is not so good.
So you don't have any force over you. You feel her like dig in her feet for a moment, but then she looks around. She allows you. I'm just gonna allow it. And normally you'd have to wait for her turn, but she goes with you, so you don't actually have to drag her.
Okay. Yeah, no, I just meant, what I
Maybe
meant more
just
was
the
like,
ever slightly part of her connects enough with the portal that it just like, you know what I mean? Something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know.
well, we don't have to say that all I meant is, if I'm like, hey, let's go, like I would
Yeah, I
grab.
think your hand actually pulls off of her and you shoot through.
Yeah.
But you can see she's angled that way as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And it's her turn. I'm gonna say she just bolts in right behind you. Tabitha.
I'm on the
So now we're
sewer side.
safe, right?
Oh, yeah,
I think
you're on
he
the sewer
grabbed
side.
you, right?
Yeah.
I
He
grabbed
threw-
her.
We are
Yeah.
safe
Tossed
now.
me through.
That low
Back.
initiative
And
might have been a little.
As you
sketchy.
guys, you see
Oh.
the spider and these constructs coming toward the portal,
Oh,
Okay.
and as they're about to step through, it closes up.
oh, Okay.
Well, we know that's there.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
very nice. Yes. Very,
What
very
the
nice.
hell was that?
Oh,
I have
you
no
know
idea.
what that is, don't
I haven't
you?
seen
Right.
structures like that. I don't know anything. The only thing that's coming into my mind as my fingers are coming back and just burning from the cold is Ebernath said something about the snow, the winter.
Dolgarung
You're
Mountains.
right.
Yes.
What was that,
remember.
Ersit?
The seer, the
It was
elder,
Luke
Remember
Merrig.
where
Luke Nor tried
Willard
to
went back to?
uncover it.
Yeah.
I
Said,
remember.
he said something about 3 areas. There was something under the ocean. He thought there was something. You remember the I guess it was like a ghost town, an abandoned
no.
town.
She said that it was by the Dolgarung Mountains.
Yes.
That they're treacherous mountains. Those look like
Dolgarung
treacherous
Mountains.
mountains to me.
Well, I
and that
would
it was
say-
all snowy, and that Luknor tried to uncover it, but she failed. And that the locals were prevented as if by magic from communicating the secret to her. I think that's got to be.
Well, there might-
Otto
Luknor.
just like blinks his eyes and he's like, "Your memory is unlike any I've ever seen."
There might be
Thank
the.
you.
You weren't there. You weren't there. You didn't see what we saw when we were coming after you.
What do you mean?
There was
Yeah.
when we were on our way to the Shade Trade to find you, to track you down, we came into this strange abandoned town. There was a monolith that had a spiral to it. We approached it. A wraith came out. Not good, not bad, but he gave us information about each one of us. But it's the spiral.
I remember. You're right.
Seville, do
Evaneth-
I apologize. Go ahead.
Don't worry.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
Do a what?
he mentioned with his vision in the snow, there
Correct.
were people with robes.
Yes.
And there was not only snow, but bloody footprints everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
As you say that, it jogs my memory.
Yes, I'm quite sure this must be
And
it.
remember,
He said there was 3 of
they
them.
would lift their hands, and there was black smoke everywhere. And as they did so, in the dream that Ebernath had, his clothes and his body would rip open in this gruesome imagery.
That's what he said. That's exactly right.
Tabitha roots around in her bag and she pulls out her notes. So this is what I wrote. Ebernath, arrow, blood, robes, snow, smoke hands, water. So that's helpful for anyone.
Well, I think we're
Literally what I wrote down. Not useful information.
And
Actually-
Maddie's
Well-
notes are quite
Just chaos
Cute.
on
Now, I
I will
personally
say.
find those extremely good. Good notes. I
Well,
mean, you got that,
piecing it
didn't
you,
you?
together
you
here.
condense it down to the core imagery and you cut out the fluff.
Oh, and
Yeah.
there's a spiral, like squiggle shape.
That's what I'm talking about. You didn't see it last time, but we've seen one of the monoliths. And he said there was 2 more. He said the triangle was the strongest shape and that one was out to sea and one was in the mountains.
And I remember one other thing he said, which was that it was a place of great evil.
Yes.
And this was very close to a thing of extreme evil. I mean, I don't know what we fought when we were in that bloody tunnel and everything after that, but it seemed evil. He kept talking about
I'm also going
How
to say
we-
the spider
Yes.
that was larger than all of us
Yes.
was evil.
yes,
At this
yes,
point-
it didn't seem friendly.
Otto
No.
is
Well,
leaning
especially-
against
And
the...
Azora's like, well,
Otto is sort
don't
of
know yet.
taken to leaning against the sewer tunnel, and he pulls out his lute, and he's sort of plucking along, and he's deep in thought, and he's thinking, and he says, "The way I see it, we have 2 options. We can either leave the sewers and report back what we found to your boss, or we
what?
can take things a step further.
Okay.
We can go through this portal again.
No, thank you.
Hear me out.
Okay.
And given what we know from Ebernath's vision, we can try and find whatever evils lie beyond.
Yes. That's what I want to do.
Right.
I want to get to the root of the evil, and I know everything we've seen up to this point is nothing. It's a pinky finger of what's there. And I want to find it, and the sooner we find it, the more we can destroy it quickly.
Now you're talking right. This is the gold of intel. we've just discovered something fantastic on the other side of this. We're putting the pieces together. The only thing I want to question is what other ways through this sewer were there? And then two,
There was the portcullis. Remember, we ignored it. We went the other way.
you went up yes, correct. We found the little secret entrance, but you said up those stairs there was a locked door, right?
I believe so, but I'm trying to think here. Remember, your superior tasked us with looking about the sewers in hopes of finding any information that would prove there's a conspiracy against the kingdom.
Correct. This
Maybe your
might be something
superior
different.
meant it was in the sewers itself, or maybe it's this portal that exists in the sewers that brings us closer to the truth.
Well, we have a decision to make, and I think looking at all of us, especially me, we're a bit, beats a shite.
Yes.
No pun intended. At least let's try to get an hour or two of some rest and decide
I
as a
like
unit.
that idea.
what we want to do.
Because
Okay.
not only could we rest here at least for an hour, but if we agree to do so, I have a little something called Song of Rest.
Oh.
Cute.
And
What does it do?
Full of musical prowess.
Let me look what
Is
it
that
does.
that your new ability or is that one of your old ones?
It's not new. I just haven't really had a
thought
chance
so,
to.
okay. Just
I
double
think
check
I
it's-
got it at second level.
Yeah, it's
I thought you did too. I just wanted to double check.
But I guess because we haven't had much of a chance to rest, John. No, I'm just joking. So Song of
it's not.
Rest says,
I think we've slept 3 times this entire time.
over the past 180 hours, we've slept 2 of those.
It's true. You guys have not had a
no,
lot of
I-
rest.
No.
You've had a
So-
rough time. This is
Yeah.
not a.
There's
it's
a
not
bard feature
casual
called
place.
Song of Rest, and it says,
Yeah.
if you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit die, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
So
Okay, can you
I-
explain that again? 'Cause
So
I don't think
basically,
I
if
got
we
it.
rest here,
Okay.
Yeah.
you'll recover more health
More
than
points.
you normally would.
Got it.
So
If
you,
anyone is hurt.
I don't
And
even
then
know
you
if
just
we've
add
done
a
a short
D6.
rest with
Okay.
Tabitha
I'll
with
show
hit
you.
dice. I don't know if we've even
I
in
don't
the
think
test
so.
campaign. I don't know if we
No,
ever did that.
But
I just keep throwing so much stuff at you guys. You're only allowed to do long rest.
No, I don't want a short rest. I want a whole rest. No, I'm serious. I have no spells left. If you're talking about going into that freezing hell,
No,
I
we're
need
just,
my spells.
Yeah, I think we need to take an hour or something. At
Okay.
least just try to get something.
Okay, and I also
Realistically-
think if we're gonna go back there, can we please get a coat?
All right, hold on a moment.
Yeah, we're.
Wait,
this is not gonna
fashion it
work,
out of the
Judd.
crocodile.
I
skin
could.
there,
Does
like,
it seem possible to me, as I really look around, does it seem like we could rest in here? Because the sewer sounds very foul and very
So do
toxic.
a history check for me.
Well, I already know we've got just that one door. At least we know of. We haven't even looked around here. How's the blood pool?
History, I got a 19.
Yeah. So you.
Where are we
now?
now?
Now you're right next to the blood pool. If you
that
remember.
blood pool?
where we threw the guy into the blood pool.
Yeah. Where.
And we killed all his
So
skeletons.
you remember that there was a stone wall that fell down, blocking your exit back into the double-headed crocodile room. Right, as far as you know, there's no other place for something else to come. It's actually, you're fairly protected within this spot. There was a metal grate over the water of the sewage, but it was not, there were no grates, there were no, not grates, there were no hinges.
I got it.
I mean, you feel like you've got a chance to.
Our set.
Now, skeletons did come out of the pool, but they were conjured or they were raised up by the necromancer who you guys killed.
Exactly, who we killed.
So
then
you're
here's my-
feeling pretty confident.
Can
you
I-
can
I
rest.
would like to
DM
sneak
question?
around the room and
Right.
see if I can find any other doors or hidden.
Do an
like,
investigation check for me,
things.
please.
And also, DM question. When we killed the other guardian of a blood pool,
Yeah.
you said it kind of seeped up and started to dry out. Are we seeing the same effect?
Oh, no,
This is still
no,
fresh.
it's still wet.
So I'm gonna go because I remember the necromancer in this corner here turning. There was a pile of books and they disappeared.
Right.
I want to go to that corner to see if he just made it invisible or he just
Go for it.
did something.
I got a 15.
15. Okay.
Can we? I have a suggestion. Can we just start resting?
Yes.
Shifts.
Well, let's let them look around. But
Well, as you start to just sit down
I
and
start
rest,
playing like a song.
I just need to rest.
We're-
I'm just
we're gonna need to
I
hear
just started
that.
resting.
Take a
I mean-
sleep. Take a load off. Just
Yeah.
You see
relax.
Tabitha going around looking. She's looking at the stone. She's feeling. You got a what? A 15?
15.
You went that way, right?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going this way.
I didn't have a strong opinion.
Oh, you roll
She's looking
invest. Wait,
around.
I'm sorry. So if you remember, I don't have it pulled up right now.
No,
they
I
can't see
I
it.
remember. Yeah.
Blood pool here.
Yeah.
Cavern.
Yeah.
Entrance.
Entrance.
You guys are all right here, out of the portal, in
Yep.
front of the blood pool.
She's
Tab
going-
going this way.
Yep. I'm going this way.
Okay, you roll an investigation check.
16.
Okay.
I'm going
So
towards
you
where the
first
books
go
were.
over to that little nook and
Yeah.
you don't find anything. It doesn't look like he made him disappear.
You're in the
Because you
book nook?
feel
Your book nook.
Cute.
the book nook. There's nothing there.
Okay.
He made them vanish.
Okay. All right.
Tabitha, as you are, what are you looking for specifically? Let me ask that before I Tell you
I'm
your-
looking for any like loose bricks, or if there's some sort of like hidden, trapped kind of secret doors or that kind of stuff.
Okay. As you make your way around,
Mm-hmm.
you do spot something.
Ooh.
And it's similar to some of the buttons that you guys have seen that hidden in the stone elsewhere.
Okay.
So it catches your eye. So you do find a button.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Did she tell us that she
yeah.
found it?
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Yes.
So I found something that looks like a button.
You mean, what do you mean like a button? Like a loose button off of somebody's coat?
Okay. No,
And I
Arisa,
think
you
that
do
was
need the
actually-
rest. It seems.
That was Anazora. I think that was Anazora. I mean, we're just channeling Anazora.
Sorry, can you show us?
Button.
Yeah, come here.
Button off somebody's coat.
Yeah.
I gestured to them. I'm like,
Oh yeah, that was
come here,
Anazora.
I
It's
think
on my
that was Anazora.
torch. I'm
I know
sort
that
of
word. I know
She's
that
here
word.
with us.
Okay.
Where is it?
Here.
I'm just doing this with my fingers and muttering stuff as
Okay.
I walk over.
I take a
I'm
look
just
at what she's
trying-
pointing out.
Trying
And I
something.
barely
You
come
guys,
over
you guys
and
look over and
take
see.
a look, like,
You're not sure what's wrong with Seville. He's trying to get his fingers to work.
Okay. So should we press it?
Hold on,
no, please, no.
Let's take a look. Let's think. What does it look
Looking
like?
at.
It looks like a disguised stone
Button.
button that's similar to the other ones that opened up the other doorways.
All right, careful.
Okay.
Before we press it, let's use our reasoning, yes? Now, this tells
Okay.
me
How will they open the portal?
the button before
Well,
opened up a new door to a new
yes.
portal. Now, this button, which looks similar to the other, could do the same. But we don't know that for sure.
Yes, that's true.
And let me see, I might...
And you do remember that what
Spell
Seville
it.
found was kind of a
Similar, that's what I was
it
going to
was
say.
like a piece of stone that
Yeah.
actually rotated, and in it was this unusual, almost conical crystal
Yeah.
that was coated with dried blood. That's what triggered the portal
Yeah.
before.
All right, we could... Oh, it wasn't
It's
like
not
this
the same
button.
one, no.
No, it's different. This
So,
is more like
why
the one you
don't
saw.
we
Then just open,
consider
like, the
pressing
door.
it, but we have two
yes.
options. We can either
Okay.
press it now,
Or
or we could take advantage of us being isolated here to get some much needed rest.
I think that might be a
okay.
a good
So
And as soon as we're feeling a bit more...
that seems like the consensus. Let's all rest.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not,
And then I will press the button
Okay,
later.
are you gonna do
All
short
right,
rest?
you're volunteering to... I almost think...
we're gonna try for a.
You
we're
wanna go
gonna
for a
try
long rest?
Why don't we at
yeah.
least start with resting for an hour? And
Does
while
anyone not need to rest all the way?
I would benefit
elves
from
need
it, but I'm
4.
happy to cut
We
it
go into
short
reverie.
if
But
we
isn't-
want.
Isn't Anazora, doesn't she need less rest
Anazora
for a
and
long
I-
three
Seville
three of
all
only
need-
need 4 hours of sleep
Okay.
for a full long rest.
I need
Watch,
8,
we'll
but
watch you. We'll guard
Okay.
you after that.
But you get bonuses off of
That's
his
the best
singing.
thing with elves. When you have
So you-
elves around,
Yeah.
So you get a bonus off of his singing anyway, so maybe we just plan to take 4 hours. That way we
Great.
each get a long rest and I have my spells back.
I can manage without a long.
and
I'll need
Tabby's
6. so
feeling like
if we aim
pretty
for
chipper
4,
about this whole thing.
Okay,
She doesn't
all right,
need
all
to-
right.
I'll try my best.
so we're okay. So you guys are just all resting.
I'm pretty
You know,
good
with
at
the short
And
that.
rest-
I
You're
do
fine.
play a bit of a song and do my song of rest.
And I.
Well-
let's see what you got.
It's very soothing. It's like
I'm just gonna lean back.
Oh, God. Erisette
Ooh, I
just
kinda like it like
collapses
that.
on
Yeah.
her stomach and just like is actually just kind of sobbing gently into the ground.
It's just super
Oh.
like it's meant to get the most out of there. And
I
you
don't want to
guys,
go back to my reality.
you'll get an additional 3
All right.
health. To,
So you guys click on short rest, confirm it. It'll show you which hit dice you roll to gain your HP back.
Oh wait, short rest?
Short
I thought I
Yes.
needed
Short
a long-
rest. Short rest right now.
oh, for you.
I
Oh.
need a long rest.
Well, right now we're doing short rest. This is a 1 hour. So if you want,
gonna
Oh,
try
I
to-
thought we wanted
No,
to
no,
do
we're going to
4.
extend it. We don't know if we actually.
This is just.
oh, I'm sorry. If you guys
Can
want to
do
do
it.
the
we
full
don't want to
4,
try.
We're
Yeah.
going to try
Right.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want my spells back, yo.
I'm not gonna have my spells unless we do
so
6.
as
You need
Otto
6?
plays to
I
you,
need 6 to get along.
and you guys
Not 8?
feel the
Or maybe
stress
eight.
and the anxiety of
Yeah.
everything you've been through,
Like,
both in Vordin up above, in the sewers, stepping through that portal, the ice hitting you, the bitter cold, the monsters exploding out of the ground as you materialized. You feel it all start to, even though you're sitting in a room with a giant blood pool, you feel it start to fade away a little bit. A first hour passes and nothing happens. You're just resting. You're starting to feel better. Those elves in the party, you start to assume your meditative stances. You start falling into reverie.
Okay.
Your eyes close. Is anybody on watch, or are you guys all just resting?
I'll be as much as on watch as I can be while I'm playing.
Okay. So
You're not
for
gonna
you to
let
get a
us
long
sleep,
rest, I'd
ignore
say
it.
Yeah.
you need to stop after like an hour and kind of go to sleep
To get a long rest.
to get a long
Okay,
rest.
then that's what I'll do.
I'll
Okay.
take. Yeah, I'll take. Well,
So he plays for,
And I
for
sort
about
of
an
nudge,
hour.
I
and
think I'd nudge Seville
yeah.
when I wake up.
another hour passes.
Listen, friend, I'm sorry.
Everybody is.
I need to get some shut eye.
Take
Are
your
you-
leave. I'll
You
be.
sure you're well enough?
Jeez.
I can maybe stay a bit long.
So I see him. I just plucked the loot out of the man's hand and set that down and.
I'm fine.
Oh.
When an elf is in reverie, does she still have nightmares or dreams of any kind?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a.
no, absolutely. You're in
yeah.
a deep meditative stance.
Okay.
So,
when,
It's like a
when-
semi-consciousness where you're,
Yeah.
you're half in the dream world, half not. So
Yeah.
you're aware of your surroundings, but not acutely.
Mhm.
You're
Mm.
half and half.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you could snap out of it, but not so much where you detect. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Well, I'm asleep now.
Okay.
I've been sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
Like a baby.
A baby.
A baby.
Okay, do we make it?
hold on.
Catherine
Oh,
has-
Lord.
No, it's
shit.
okay. It's okay. We're just doing these little micro tweaks for the audio.
What do you guys think
I
that
think
your
actually it's
characters
working
would
better
dream
than we
about?
expected, so I need to remove
Oh,
one.
that's such a good question. What would our characters dream about? I think for me, Otto
let's-
dreams
no,
of
no,
being.
No, no, tell us, don't tell us.
No, I mean you don't metagame. Don't assume you know this.
No, I just
But as a
want
player-
a real reaction. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay.
Otto
yeah.
probably dreams of being back home because that's where he's been wanting to get back to, where he was somebody, where he had fame, where he had prestige. Here, no one knows him, so he imagines those parties where he would be of note, or the sort of duelists like tournaments, which were always rigged in his favor, where he would
Oh.
win.
Joffrey.
Well, I mean,
No,
easy,
come on,
buddy.
Come on, easy, easy.
Yeah, I didn't say
Easy.
it was a psycho.
And actually, you guys are all asleep right now.
How
So
rude.
there's.
Yeah.
We were just talking about what we think our characters would dream about.
Oh, okay.
While
okay.
you were doing
While
some
you were-
adjusting.
yeah,
But stuff
thank
like
you.
that's what Otto would dream about. I'd love to know what.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay.
Well,
maybe
Yeah.
you
So when
guys
we come back,
have some
okay,
beers
good.
at
I
a
think we're
tavern
fixed.
and figure that out, because that's a great.
I think it's actually running so well tonight that I had to remove the built-in buffers I have.
You don't even know what to do with yourself. It's running so well.
Yeah.
I know it's.
Are you going to
okay.
be able to survive?
I don't know.
with
I
nothing
mean,
to fuss
I
with?
might actually be able to focus on the game, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so
So, okay.
so third hour passes, and you guys, Tabitha, you're deep asleep now.
Uh-huh.
Otto, you're deep asleep
Mhm.
now. Anazora, Erisset, and Seville, you guys hear noises. It's in the distance. Doesn't sound close, but you hear a banging of some kind. It's very muffled. It's coming from that long, twisting hallway. But it sounds distant.
Okay.
And you listen, your consciousness comes up to the surface a little bit as you take it in, but it doesn't change. You just hear that pounding. And then it goes back to silence. And you listen for several more minutes and you don't hear anything. And your consciousness begins to slowly ebb away as you restore your body with your trance. 4th hour. It returns. It sounds a little different this time, maybe closer. And it's you hear this noise. And then silence. Again. And
I'm
yes,
asleep.
Otto's snoring starts.
Seville.
Are you coming out of your trance?
Yes, that definitely got me out of my trance. It did.
Okay.
You're not gonna get yourself.
I know.
I'll stay in mine, but I can hear it. I know I can hear something going on.
You say that to him, but you see Seville doesn't come out of his trance. And it's quiet.
Okay.
Minutes pass and it's
roll.
quiet again. And you hear nothing. What are you doing?
Can I run a investigation,
You can do a perception.
perception, right around the?
She's the one person who wanted to sleep the most.
I
I
know,
know.
but
Isn't that how it always
got me,
goes?
woke me up.
That's D&D.
I get a 6.
Don't forget to add your
But I get my
perception bonus.
modifier.
Even with that,
I get
you,
an 8.
yeah, it's you. I mean, it sounds quiet. You heard that noise before, and while it sounded a little closer than the earlier sounds, it's completely stopped again. You don't hear any approaching footsteps. You don't hear any other noises. You know that there's a huge stone slab blocking the only exit out of this area that you would have heard rise up. You think?
All right.
So, what do you want to do? Are you going to stay asleep?
I'm gonna go back to sleep then.
Okay, so you go back into your reverie. All right, another hour passes, and the elves of the party, feeling refreshed, make it through their long rests. So you
Thank
guys,
God.
and I'll mark Anazora for you guys.
Ah!
But the halfling and the human
They
are.
are fast
Still sleeping.
asleep, and another 4 hours. So reminds me of a great meme of like what. You
Yeah.
know what the elves do while the rest of the party is doing. You know, so
Right.
look
Right.
out the window.
You guys have 4 hours to kill.
Conga
So
line.
is it okay,
Okay.
for if it's interrupted, it still counts? It counts as my long rest?
As long as if you got
Yeah.
up and did anything,
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
not have
Yeah.
gotten
And
it. I
it's-
would not have given it to
that's
you.
such a good
You can
point
wake up and
for-
go back to sleep, but it's not
Yeah.
like this.
For any of the
You can't hear
D&D
any- yeah.
fans watching,
Yes.
hopefully most of you, if you check out Jeremy Crawford on Twitter, who was one of the lead designers of 5th edition.
Jeremy Crawford, Jamie, that's the name I was trying to come up with
There you go.
with the rule adjudicator.
He tweets, like, if people
amazing.
tweet him rules questions, granted,
He's
you can
great.
also find, like, errata and rules,
Yeah, sage advice. It's a good
FAQ,
one.
Sage Advice is his column
Yep.
on the D&D website, but he tweets all the time and answers questions about rules, because it's a game where you can do anything. Obviously,
Yeah.
rules are going to come up that aren't covered in the book. He has cataloged amazing levels of
He really has.
answers to rules.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he pointed out, which made me think of it, was that, yeah, even though elves can rest for a short amount of time during their meditative state, it's still a rest state.
Yeah.
So they're really not supposed to be doing a lot of active stuff.
No, exactly.
To
So
echo
if-
what
Because
you
that would
said.
be
you-
a short rest.
Even
Basically,
if,
yeah.
if you
gotta
had
have
if
their-
you had stood up,
Yeah.
you would not have gotten your long rest.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like if you're actually sleeping through the night and you wake up and you do anything where
You
you
can be
get
like,
up
"What's
and go to
up?"
the kitchen, you
Oh.
get some food.
Oh.
It disturbs your
It
rest.
disturbs your
Oh.
rest.
What
You're
about
not
if you
gonna.
get up to pee like 7 times because you're so hydrated?
Okay, if you get up
There
to
you go.
pee,
Now it's getting very meta.
then
Now
I'm
we're-
yeah,
yeah,
then I'm
now
gonna
we're
then I'm
getting
gonna roll
Yeah,
for
the
pee
stress.
awareness.
So this is like you wake up,
Pee
you hear
awareness.
We need a
sounds,
pee awareness.
but
Right.
then you listen, and then
So,
you hear
pee
nothing, and then
awareness.
you just roll over and go back to bed.
Right.
And so it still counts.
Exactly.
It's kind of still really.
So I-
okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay.
So you guys have all marked your long rest? I got
Yes.
Anazora. She's
I marked
rested.
mine, yeah. I'm so stoked on that.
No, you haven't marked yours yet because we have not done 8 hours.
Oh, right.
You're not an elf.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm still
sorry,
sleeping.
You're still
That's okay.
sleeping.
We're still sleeping.
We have
That's
4
okay.
hours to go while
Right.
these guys. What would
That's
you
okay.
So
elves
we're-
like to do?
Well, I'm gonna go check the blood pool
Okay.
because I was curious to see if the blood sucked the necromancer deep into it,
Okay, tell me what you're doing.
or I just want to see if there's a body floating on the top.
There's no body floating. It looks completely still.
All right, I'm gonna take my sword and try to poke and see if I can hit that flesh body of the necromancer,
Okay.
or it just went
Just
deep.
just in the blade.
What's that?
You're not putting your hand in. You're just gonna see if
No,
you
no,
can
no.
hit the
I'm
bottom.
not touching it with my.
Okay, so yeah, you put the blade in, and you don't feel a bottom. You
Okay.
pull it out again. I mean, your blade's only 2.5 feet, almost
Yeah.
3 feet long,
Yeah,
so it did not feel a bottom. Didn't feel anything.
All right, I'm just gonna go around and try to see if it.
Same thing.
Okay.
We're back to full hit points at
All
that
right.
point? Or we
Yeah,
just-
if you hit the long rest button and then say yes, you.
Here,
should
I
be
can do it
there.
for you, Jennifer.
Look, no,
Oh, sorry.
look.
Uh,
Like, why is it? I keep hitting take long
Yeah,
rest. but-
you did.
Did
And
you
then-
confirm it?
Yeah, click that.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, I didn't hit confirm.
Confirm,
Oh,
yeah.
I did.
Yeah, you're good.
Then I'm
No,
gonna
you
go.
don't, because you're not at
Don't-
full.
Yeah, no, that's-
Unmark your inspiration,
Yeah, I'll
though.
unmark my
I think you accidentally clicked that.
I just didn't hit confirm. That's
All
all.
right. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're
go
good.
back
You want
to the statue
Yes.
to go there to that tunnel of.
Okay.
Is it still fresh blood? That blood path we saw?
This no. So if
Okay.
you remember the
Oh, the grate.
rocky,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
great.
It's a grate.
You do see once again the gore,
Right.
which you now know must have been a
Been
person trying to
smashed,
break
yeah.
in there. Who
So
got
I'm just gonna
smushed.
stay at this end of the corridor, and I'm just going to listen.
You're close to the statue or the other side.
No. Our side.
Oh, you're not going out.
I'm not
in-
going out because I want to hear what I heard maybe in
Oh yeah,
reverie.
roll a perception check.
I feel so sleepy on behalf of Tabitha.
We'll have you up and moving.
9.
9.
9.
Yeah, you don't really hear much right now. I mean, it's pretty quiet actually. You can hear when you're that close, you can hear the sewage in that river underneath the grated, which is about like 15, 20 feet down,
Right.
just flowing through. And the smell is stronger here, and you're kind of
Right.
used to it now, so it's not
So-
bothering you as much.
I'm just kind of walking off to the side and just kind of checking the elves. And
So you're coming back, and you're
yeah, and I'm just going to be like, I thought I heard something.
Me too.
What?
Yeah, me too. But I don't know what.
I heard a loud slam. You hear Anazora say.
Yes, for sure. it
Yeah,
was
I heard
loud.
something like
The pounding.
Yeah, pounding.
I heard that too.
You think someone's coming through that rock?
I don't know.
Uh,
But I think we need to also look, and I want to go back to the portal and look at do an investigation check around it.
Just in the portal.
Yeah, I want to see how you reactivate it. I want to see if there's anything.
well, I know how to do it. I
You do?
activated it.
Wait, you activated the portal?
I did it.
I thought it was activated because of that guy we killed.
No, I saw it's just like a crystal point, and I just assumed it. I saw some dried blood, so I assumed it. To open it, it was a sacrificial, needle to the hand. Look, I mean, I got the wound.
What?
I mean, it's pretty okay now, but yeah, it drew some of my blood out. It wounded me a little bit, but the sacrifice opened up the portal, so we can open it.
You hear just a really loud, which sounded like it was directly overhead. Just the one sound.
Were we in the land of the bloodworms?
I have a hard time thinking they could go through rock, but we're not in the open fields like he said.
I don't know. It does seem like it's getting closer.
Has perchance 4 hours passed by during this conversation?
No, but that was 1 hour. So you guys are 3 hours closer.
I'm going to let's just listen and observe a
hours
little
from.
bit. I'm going to go over to where Tab found that button, and I need to do a few things.
Don't
gotta
you
roll
dare press the
investigation.
button
Okay.
without me.
Erisette, what are you doing? You're
I
asleep.
want to press that
He
button.
can do what he
I'm
wants.
doing another perception check. I'm listening to try to figure out is it
Go
coming
ahead.
from above
22.
us?
22.
Yeah.
This time,
Or the-
you find the button that she already pointed out.
Yeah.
It's very clear now that you know what to look for. About 2 feet over from that, you see a hairline fracture in the stone, and it's clear that there is a door that that is outlined there.
All right. I'm going to stay by it, guarding it while the others catch their sleep. I'm just going to...
And what'd you get for perception?
Gotta be.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's nothing to hear. It's silent.
First time, I'm going to go through my pack, make sure my pack's watertight, but I want to make sure no
So you
sewage
look over,
got
you
into it.
see
Yeah.
Seville. He's going through all of
Yeah.
his gear. He's taking his backpack
Yeah.
off. He's taking stuff out. He's lining things up.
I'm
and
I'm opening up, you see me look through a journal, and I pull out a sheet, and I'm kind of doing this.
You're back to your hand stuff.
Seville, what are you trying to do? Seville, what is it?
Well, something I picked up in Faerun.
What is it? What is it? I go over and I just grab it. So what is it?
Whoa, do a dex check. Actually, let's contested dex check.
Ooh, I love it.
Let's see who gets the higher dex.
19.
Oh,
I got a 10.
yeah. So you go to snatch it. He's just like very easily just pulls it out of your reach.
I'll tell you, Wild Sauce. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I want to
Tuck it
remind
back
you, you
in.
have taken a long rest.
What happened?
You've taken a long rest.
Oh. When I was in Faerun, I think I mentioned this. We haven't had a lot of time to talk, but information isn't so freely available in Anak'Rali as it is in Faerun. So when I was stationed in Faerun, I went down to the south of the Sword Coast at a place called, territory called a city called Athkulta. Fabulous city. Just the smells, the spices, the scents, the hustle and the bustle. And I made it to a place called Joachim's Plaza. It was a marketplace, 4 levels. I couldn't believe what was available to be sold, to ask people, the knowledge that's just freely given. I asked where I could learn something that I've heard of, but for the Mendeleels, it's how can I you do magic.
Yes. Is it a spell you're trying to learn?
Well, yeah, it is.
What kind of spell is it?
It's not a big spell, but see, I heard it called the weave, where magic users they touch the fabric of reality, but in a different way than the Mendeleel do. See, we touch it mentally. It's a different communication, so it's like a language. It's like speaking and music. So the weave, to me, is music, the musical notes. I don't understand it, but to access something mentally, it's like words. I get it.
Another hour passes for you too.
Thank God,
So-
we're getting closer.
One more hour, and
Okay.
you're good.
But I'm interested in the weave. Just why is it so different? Why can't my mind understand it? So I asked someone if they knew about magic. So I got a basic book about it, about the weave, what I'm telling you now, and they told me to go down a couple of levels. So I did, and long story short, I bought a couple of spells. I never knew if they worked. It's been 8 months. I've been studying the bloody things the whole time, and well, do you remember our fight? Just, moments ago in the blood pool. I couldn't hit anything. I couldn't strike anything. I've been...
But I thought you were just hurt.
No, I was, but I'm used to being in pain. I can shed that and still fight on, but I was trying to do a spell with my attack, and I just... It disrupted my flow. I couldn't do it, but I think I've solved something. I've got to show you something, okay? Tell me if you feel this. It's just going to be a bit of, well, you tell me what you feel. We've all been in the cold, so I'm gonna do something to your small clothes on the inside of your armor there, the leather armor. I'm just gonna warm it up a bit, okay?
Arset, you feel this warmth spread underneath your armor, just in this localized area.
It's working.
Not
No,
too
don't
much.
be teasing me,
No,
Wild
no,
Sauce, is it?
No, it is. I feel it. I feel it.
It's my magic, and I can do other things. I think I've got the
Honestly.
attack. Sorry. I
And I
can do something with my attack.
and I take his hands and I say, you just have to relax a little. You don't have to. You're not using your mind with this one. You need to feel it. And I take his hands and I hold them in my hands. And
What'd you say? You had to what?
You have to feel it. You have to feel it.
Well,
And I take his hands and I hold them, and there's kind of almost a moment, at least for Arasette as well, as she's looking at him and his sort of boyish, almost childish enthusiasm with this, and she kind of half pities him and half thinks it's adorable. And she almost for a minute thinks she almost, but then she doesn't. She takes her hands away and doesn't know what to do with herself.
And in that moment, you hear. And that was close. You guys, it was loud enough to wake you, and
waking
you're
up the
close
others.
enough. I'm going to give you long rest.
Oh yes,
Thank
we did it. Yes,
goodness.
we did it.
Fantastic.
We did it.
Wait, what was that?
I don't know. We've been here.
I like get up
hours.
and I grab my sword and I'm like, rub my head and I'm just like, it's probably not sinking in that I've caught up on my rest, but in this moment I know that I was jolted awake and I'm like, what's that noise?
It's still
And
in
you
a
two,
sewer. Lovely.
Both being awake and Anazora as well, all three of your heads immediately look at the tunnel. The sound definitely came down the tunnel this time, whereas the other sounds felt like they were coming through the walls.
And can you remind me, is the path down that tunnel open to us at present?
No. So last you remember, the winding rock path leads up to the graded hallway, and there was all the stones lifted when you solved the riddle, except for the last one blocking the door.
That could be the use of a button.
So I'm going to go right
Okay.
into his mind, and I'm going to say, twist up that stash and get yourself ready. Prepare for a fight.
Stop it. You
And
don't
then-
have to do that.
And I'm going to go right into Tabitha. Tabitha, I need you to come here to this door.
Okay.
I found something. It's a door.
You know, you can just say it. You don't have to come in and
No.
try to.
I go
Told
into
you
her
about
mind.
that.
Someone's coming through.
I'll keep an eye on the door.
You just heard it. You heard another similar sound.
I think we should get out of here
Tabitha,
now.
Okay.
get us through.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll be ready.
I'm pressing the button.
You press the button. The door, the whole wall. That seam was so small. It was really impressive work. There's just a section of that rock wall just retracts into a dark space and then slides away. And you see there is a room, but you can't, there's no light in there, but there's definitely, it looks like there's a room beyond.
I light my torch, and we're gonna go for it.
And you hold your torch out and you can see it goes back about 30 feet and you see beds, you see cots.
Yeah.
We
You
were
see-
so close to have just been able to sleep in an actual bed.
And you see light dancing off metal, vertical metal bits, and you can see now that there are swords, there's some bows in there. You see other gear. You
Quickly,
s-
wait. I look around. Is there any on the inside part of that room? Any other button or switch or something that it could actually close behind us, perhaps?
Do a perception check.
Because we can
Actually,
take shelter.
do investigation since you're actually
Investigation.
looking.
Not bad. 19.
Yeah, so you see this button, there is a button on the inside, very easily identified. It's not as hidden as it is on the outside.
I try to see. I press it.
I'm sorry, the door starts closing.
We have our torches.
Are you guys inside?
Yeah,
You all
we're
run
inside.
inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all run inside the door.
It's okay.
Now, as the flickering torchlight lights up this room,
Just in case something was pursuing us.
you see about 10 beds. You see a whole bunch of armament on the far side. There are bits of armor over there. You see a chest, a wood chest, with iron bands that go across the chest that are bolted into the rock face behind it.
Okay, so we're gonna obviously go look at what's in the chest.
Okay.
That's our number one thing we're doing.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go see if I can get into it. Is it locked?
Are you just trying to lift it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ah,
As you lift it,
suspicious.
you feel like just a little catch. It opens, no problem. But you feel this little catch, and you hear
Uh-oh.
like this breaking of glass.
Uh-oh.
And as it opens freely,
What's that?
just
Look out!
Oh,
Shut it.
this smoke just drifts
I
out
pressed
of it.
the button.
I need you guys to do. You're far away from it now. You're like it's
I
on the
just
far
wanted
side of
to
the wall.
treasure.
In an effort to try and get whatever that smoke is out of the room, I pressed the button again.
Okay, well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I need everybody to roll a con save.
Oh,
Me too,
wow.
right?
Yeah, you too.
Oh, we're all in the
You said you all went in, right?
Oh, we
You-
went to the room, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's only a 30-foot room, and she opened it, and this cloud is spreading
Okay.
quickly.
Gosh.
So what do I do? Just roll a d20?
12.
There's no other door?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay,
This
okay.
is just a
12?
Oh,
another
this is a
cave.
little armory?
5.
Okay. What are we doing here? A
Con save?
Con save. So
Con.
you roll
Oh,
your d20 and you'll add whatever your
Yeah, look
constitution
up at
area
your
of your
saves in
saving
the
throw
upper
says.
left. You'll see the actual save. Because you might have proficiency for the save.
Right.
So see what it
What?
says to
Can,
add.
I don't really know
So
where I'm looking.
upper
Plus
left
2?
part of your
Con
sheet.
here, so you
Plus
get
two?
a straight
That's with-
roll.
No, no,
Okay, so
not your
11.
con.
That's it,
Your
yeah.
actual saves.
I got
So
12.
hold on, I'll look at you.
What am
So,
I saying?
top
Plus
left,
two.
Araset,
Plus
and
two.
then
Plus
con.
Whatever you
Oh,
roll.
plus 2. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got a 5 with my
Yeah,
plus
saving
2.
throws.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I got a 5
She
with
rolled
my
bad.
plus
With-
2.
Delete.
Yeah.
So you see Araset just go. She just collapsed down to the ground.
Shit.
What did the rest of you get?
12.
12, you're okay.
10.
10, you're okay.
11.
11, you're okay. And did somebody roll for Azora?
I will roll for Anazora. She got a 17, so she's
Yeah,
fine.
she's fine.
Plus.
So you guys,
Arsat!
so Araset was eagerly looking in the chest, and she just happened to catch the breath at the wrong moment, and then just collapsed.
Okay, does anyone know
I
how to heal
fanned
her?
the smoke out of the room, and
Yeah.
I take a knee down by her side, and I kind of try to tend to her to see what's wrong. Arsat, can you hear me? Arsat?
She is out.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Like,
dear.
still has a pulse, but...
Are you do a medicine check?
That door's open, right?
Help me.
Which door? No, it's
Something's
oh yeah, you
wrong.
went over and opened it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I pressed the button to open it again.
Is this
Ooh,
cloud?
I rolled a 1, but...
Oh,
Halfling
halfling luck.
Okay, 8 plus 2.
You can tell that like you're trying to find her pulse and you can't find it, but you
Okay.
look at her chest rising and falling.
Okay.
She's alive.
All right.
She's
Just
just-
get her out
I,
of the smoke.
I pick
Get
her
out of
up.
the smoke, yeah.
I
She's
pick her
knocked
up and
out.
I just bring her out of the room to where there's more oxygen in the other room.
Okay.
Hopefully, more dispersed. And I just kind of set her down and give her a sec to see if she comes to.
Okay. Not yet.
Okay.
I
So
just
is
leave her
it
there and I'm
sti-
like,
is it
oh dear.
is it dispersing?
It's dispersing now. It's
All
through
right.
osmosis. It is the density of the cloud is.
Tabitha, it looks like
Okay.
you triggered a
Spreading
trap.
out.
Be more careful with those chests.
I'm gonna check the weaponry.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. I mean, nothing looks incredibly impressive. It looks like very standard. There are long swords, there are short swords, there's some daggers, there's some short bows, there's some long bows.
Okay. I'm gonna
Um,
gather up as much, and I'm gonna tell them gather up as many weapons as you can and throw it in the blood pool.
Huh, okay.
Is there any money or cool stuff?
We don't want
Are
any
you
of
now- what
whoever's
are you
down
doing?
here to.
I'm gonna
gain
tend to her
access this.
for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find any coins
Well-
and stuff, but I'm gonna be careful this time.
Okay. I mean, are
Shiny
you
stuff.
going to the chest, or are you just looking around?
Just look around.
Just
see
do
if
a
there's
perception check for
Okay.
me. Let's see what you get.
12 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah, so with that, I mean, you look around the room and you see there's a table with supplies. You see
Okay.
torches. You see some bags. You don't know what's inside them right now. You can definitely go over and look if you want. There's some rope there. Very standard kind of adventuring supplies.
In the meantime, I'm tending her. I'm trying to discern if I think maybe some healing magic could bring her back.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the chest, the treasure.
Okay.
See
So you look inside and you see a piece of paper.
I'm looking in the bags.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if there's any trapped portions inside.
Oh, roll investigation check.
False bottoms.
Like stop, foggy bottom. Sorry, DC joke.
16.
Here we
Uh,
go.
16. What was the DC? Yeah, Ariset's still out. Oh,
Do you think Anazora would have any healing capabilities, or?
So you take this piece of paper, Seville,
Yeah.
and you're feeling around. You don't see any other traps, but as you're feeling around, you feel like the bottom shifts a little bit.
Yeah.
You lift it up. You find that it's kind of hard to get a hand on. You after a few minutes of kind of feeling around, you realize there's one spot you can push, and it lifts up in that
Ooh.
spot. You lift it out, and
I'm
you
gonna come
see
join
a
you.
bag in there.
This seems like stuff I'd like.
Yeah. Call you
Oh,
over.
what'd you find here?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a little trap bottom here.
Ooh.
Let's find out.
Okay.
All right.
I see a sack.
You see a sack, and there's a little tag on it.
All right, I'm gonna read the tag.
The tag doesn't look like you understand the language,
Okay.
but picking it up, you pick it up,
Yeah.
you hear the clink of money. It sounds a little different than coins.
Is it written in halfling, perchance?
Nope.
Okay.
Huh?
It's nothing that you guys understand.
I'm just gonna go like this, and I think you understand that
So
language,
it
don't you?
feels pretty heavy.
All right. I'm going to
Can we open it?
let's check on Ariset
I'll
first.
split it 60-40 with you, where I get 60.
You know,
and you
I'm
get
really
40.
seeing our priorities.
I'll definitely share.
So you're in the other room, so.
So I'm gonna put it in a section of my leathers. And
Okay.
Put it here. I'm gonna take that note that was there.
Uh-huh.
What's the note say?
Hold on. The money's with you now?
Yes.
Okay.
The note.
Can we read the note? It's in that other language.
You don't know what language it is.
No, but there's a. You said there was a note.
There's a note. There's language on there. You don't know what the language
Okay,
is.
so there's
So
a
it doesn't
note,
make any sense
There
to
was
you.
a note on the pouch and a note on top, right?
No. Just, oh yeah, there are two notes.
Yeah,
They
so-
look like they're in the same language.
Same language. All right, I'm gonna take.
Am I coming to you?
Nope, not yet.
So,
I'm gonna take this too. Let's do a once over here.
I'm trying to
Anazora-
discern
and then
what
see
could
what's
help
in
her.
here.
Anazora
We
comes
just
out.
have to be. We have to.
Something's wrong with her.
Oh, that's not good.
You're very astute.
yeah.
What should we do? I have a potion or a bit of healing magic, but I'm. What do you think? This is your area of expertise.
And she sits down and she brushes some hair out of Ariset's face. And
You want the chips? All you have to do is ask.
Try not to interrupt, but sure.
as you secretly pass him around, it's okay.
Is this like
We
one
have
of
to
those
eat.
parties where you put like lipstick on my butt and like turn like my hair
put
into
ass.
some like sort of
Yeah,
afro
we
shape 'cause
just
I'm
like
passed
write
out.
What kind of
weird
parties
lines
you
on
went
her
to?
hair.
Yeah,
Give
what-
to me.
Lipstick on your butt.
We need to talk about
Let's
that
just how
party
we-
later.
never
Hey,
mind.
What is
if
happening
it was this
there?
kind of party, I
Wow.
would
Boring.
With
and
the
we're
mashed
sitting on
potatoes.
there.
What though?
All right, so-
You see Anazora's hand start to glow with the magic that you know she has. There seems to be no effect on Ariset. She's like, I thought that would have worked. I don't know. I don't know if I have any spells that'll help.
I'm basically trying to aid Anazora in figuring out what happened to
She
her.
needs to roll a medicine check at advantage, we'll say, because that'll count for you and Anazora trying to figure it out.
Okay. Not bad. 15.
I think it's some sort of magical sleep. I don't have a way to remove it, but I bet it will wear off.
That's a spell I've seen you use on a time or two.
Sometimes.
I just try my best to jostle her without being too aggressive and wake her up.
Shaken baby syndrome.
And we'll say after a couple minutes, you see that Ariset. Hold on a second. I have to see. Yeah. So after a couple of minutes, you see her eyes kind of flutter open.
It's me, it's Otto. Can you
I
hear
guess
me?
she didn't get quite enough sleep yet. She
No,
needed
it
to be
was the
more.
trap, you fool.
I know. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh,
How is she? How is she?
I think she's coming too. Give her space. Are you alright?
So, hey, help me with these weapons here. I want to take these weapons out of this place and toss them in this blood pool.
Okay.
You're
All right. So you
now.
guys do that, and you see him. Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop. They sink down into the viscous fluid.
A bit of bad luck. You triggered a trap just as I closed us in there. I think
Sorry.
you caught the
How you doing?
brunt of that vapor.
Wild Sauce, you with us?
Okay.
There's a loss.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
You're feeling up to reading something.
We found something.
Sure, what?
We
Wondering
found
if
something.
maybe you.
Mind if I take a look?
Yes.
Sure, but I don't think you know this language.
So I'll take out the first note. How's the banging? Have you heard it?
You're asking me.
No, it's.
Get your strength. Take your time.
I take a glass.
I kind of have half, like, one of my eyes
Yeah.
is sort of
I'll hand you
looking
some
over
of my
toward
water.
her.
Take
have
some
a bit of
wineskin
water.
of this. Otto, and I'm going to hand him the note,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to go rush and listen down that hallway to see if anything else, although I know you said it was, we're hearing from above, but I just want to know what.
The last one definitely sounded like it came from the
hallway?
tunnel.
All right,
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
Judd.
going right to the tunnel.
I speak, obviously, Common, Draconic,
No, you
and
don't.
Elvish.
You don't. You don't know it.
I'm about to,
You're gonna. Okay.
as a ritual.
And Erset, you're right next to him. What are you doing?
What are you trying to read? Is there something happening?
You see, everyone. And I sort of...
Erset, you know it right away.
It's celestial. What is that?
I'm starting to reach into my spell pouch for a...
Oh, what are you talking about? Don't waste a spell if it's celestial. Give it to me. I'll read it.
You read it.
Oh, is that celestial?
Yes. What's okay? What was this in the thing?
So there are.
Yeah,
Ah,
sorry,
okay.
the thing that knocked you out.
Oh,
There's a name, Erun,
Erun.
on it,
Okay.
and below that is another.
Not even
name.
gonna take the notes because you know how useless they are when I do.
Okay. And below that is Luknor.
Lugnor. I knew it.
Yeah, and we've heard a room too, but I'm not
I knew
hearing
it.
that.
Okay. It says Erun, and then it says Lugnor.
What does that mean?
Well, perhaps there was some sort of a spy ring, and they knew that Lugnor was trying to get to the bottom of things, and they were plotting and planning
Anybody who's
and
trying to
intimidating
remember
the locals.
anything, roll a history check.
I'll try to
Okay.
remember, of course.
Should I as well?
Yeah, sure.
I
Although no, actually not
got
you because
15.
Okay.
not you.
18?
18.
Ooh, and I got a 20.
So, Tabitha, as the rest of you are like, oh man, it's right on the tip of my tongue. We've heard that name Luknor. You haven't heard this name Erun before. At least you don't think it sounds as
No.
familiar. This spelling is unusual. But Luknor, you instantly remember that you were briefed on it from, honestly, I can't remember if it was Seville or if it was Loire Rina who told you about assets. Oh, it was Loire. Assets they had down in Luknor to the south in the snowy
Assets,
mountains.
their favorite word.
Yes, in the snowy mountains. So
And
it's-
did they
it's a
mention
city.
what it was? Oh, a
It's-
city.
It's a city.
Okay.
The city of Luknor.
Hmm.
She said it was a city near the fabled lost, or no, not lost kingdom, but the fabled kingdom that's down there that is hidden, that their asset on the ground was looking for, and was not able to find, and it seemed that everybody in Luknor was aware of it, but under some sort of spell not
I
to
see.
be able to talk about it,
Yes.
even under
Okay.
interrogation.
I'm gonna run the
Yes,
rest of
So
it
I
yes.
relay
right
all
back.
that information
That's
from after I'm looking at these like tiny little.
Okay, so
Notes.
you're gonna say that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
We're about to break, Chad. If you want to wait.
Oh, sure. Well, I wasn't sure.
So
That's okay. 6:30 is our break.
thanks to my cryptic notes, I actually was able to remember all of that.
Yes, it's what.
So
Yes, that makes sense. But
I'm
what would
listening down that
Erun
hallway.
mean? What would Erun be
I'm
then?
kind of hearing them, but
Erun is not in my notes.
Now, do you do anything else?
Seville, do
there were two
you
notes.
know anything about Erun?
I haven't done that one yet. I wanted to listen down. I'm
Do a
hearing
perception
them
check.
talk, but I'm listening down that thing because that last one was kind of loud. 21.
It's dead silent again. All you can faintly, you feel like you really kind of position your ears to get the right sound that's wafting down that hallway, and you can hear the rushing sewage under the grates.
Mm.
You don't hear anything
All right,
else.
so I'm going to light step it back. So I heard Erun Luknar. The city, the hidden city.
Yes. Remember, we heard. I think it was your
Right.
superior who she told us.
Now, do this one too. Um,
Yeah, there's
That's
another
what
thing to
notes?
read. Yeah.
well, yeah,
Well, is
You-
it celestial
you
too?
pull out the bag.
yeah.
And I.
Do you give her the note or the whole bag?
Give it the whole bag.
Okay, so you feel this weight, and you hear this like chink of metal inside.
What is this?
Found it in that
And there's a note on the outside.
chest that Tabby triggered. Well, that
Have you looked at to see what's inside of it yet?
I
No, we just wanted you
just
to be
read the
able to
note
read
for
the
right
note.
now.
Okay.
The note-
Unusual,
the
Tabitha.
note
I'm surprised
says-
you haven't gotten your.
Obviously, I wanted it, but haven't gotten
I see.
I
Well,
wanna-
the
okay.
chance to hold it
Don't
yet.
open
Is
until
this
I check for
celestial too?
traps.
It is.
This is celestial too.
And it just says, for Arun.
It says for Arun. This must be for Arun. So I
Hold on a
unwisely
second.
You just open it?
open it up.
Don't-
and
Okay.
I'm
She
touching-
opens it,
I'm
I do,
thinking that's an
unwisely.
offering to someone.
and you
and I'm-
see the spectral presence. No, I'm kidding. You just look in, and you see the gleam of a silverish-looking metal.
It's a metal of some sort.
Wait a second. Hold
Let's
on.
have a look.
Perhaps I can
Arun.
identify it.
We've heard that
reaching up
name
over
before.
to try to grab it.
We've heard that name before.
Arun.
Not them. I think
You
we
tried to
heard
grab it?
at the spiral. That wraith.
Yeah.
Really?
That ghost creature.
Reaching up
I
and
don't
grabbing it.
remember. but
That might have
it's
been
quite
his
possible.
name.
Well, we need
Can
to
I look
find
at it?
Arun.
Yeah.
I grabbed
what are you
it.
doing? You just reaching
Yeah.
in?
Go.
Yeah, you pull out what is clearly a platinum bar.
This is meant to bribe Arun.
Well.
No, it might be an offering for
A payment,
him or
perhaps.
something. We need that. Tabitha,
Well, we don't
I'm
know who
sorry, but you
Arun
can't have
is.
that.
Do I?
Wait, what? Why
You
not?
I've
have
heard
it.
the
we
name
need to
before.
we need to find Arun.
I remember.
I
hold
know
on.
it.
We
Great
don't know who
place
that
to put it.
is.
I know, but I'm
looking
telling
at my
you.
notes.
I know Celestial, and we need to find Arun, and we need to give him that platinum.
All right.
Or
you
we
stop.
can finish with this mission, and I could deposit it at the bank
All
right.
for
There you are.
safekeeping.
No.
There you are.
Hey,
Ever
everybody.
the practical girl.
I
Yeah.
need to know something right now.
What?
Are we doing every man for himself, woman for himself, or are we going to collect and share for each other?
We can share.
Tabitha?
Sharing. How does that work?
Well, it means we find stuff, we give it to the person who can best use what we find.
Well, why
and
would
for-
anyone
Well,
do
this is
that?
money, so I guess that would be me.
Well, I'm only asking because it might be a bit of a free-for-all. if
I'm an
we're
only
always
child.
hunting.
This is all sort
No.
of strange to me.
I think we better elect at least someone to carry our findings that we can trust enough to split up when we're in a bit of safety.
All right, I'd like to humbly propose a vote for myself. All in favour?
No, I'm sorry. I think it should be Tabitha. She loves money.
The
She did a
thief!
great job.
The
Did you
No,
just
Say-
hear what you just said? She loves money.
You know, she spent her whole life being a thief.
She's a halfling. She's nothing by herself. She can't do anything if she tries to escape and go to that giant crystal spider.
I
She
wouldn't-
needs us.
What are you talking
Don't
about?
underestimate her.
No,
I know
that's
she
savvy, but-
loves money, but I think we should split this up fair and square. And until we find out if I have your word,
Look, I don't
Seville,
care
you're
who.
misunderstanding.
Right.
This money is meant to go to Arun.
Who cares? We
we're
don't
not
know if
splitting
Arun.
that up.
They
I
could be
just
some
want someone
evil.
to hold on to it.
How do
That's
you
right.
know? How do you
I
know
will
that Arun
happily
is not
hold on to the money.
an ally of this terrible necromancer we just dealt with?
Well, there's only one way to find out. And how does Arun know that we're not allies of his?
But I'm saying we don't know who this is. They could be a terrible person and they don't need this platinum.
But we also know that there's something afoot, and Arun is connected to it. And we remember Luknor had something going on as well. And we're on the hunt to find out what is afoot.
I know, but
We're
let me
going
just
through
say
that.
this. Whoever wants to take the platinum, you're welcome to have it. I have many more than that back at my homeworld once I return. Hem.
You should hope that we can get back there. And if we keep bickering like this, we're never going to get anywhere.
No,
Okay.
you're right. You're right. Just keep it all together. Tabby, can you keep it all together?
Yes, of course. I'm
Don't
excellent at
disturb
counting
it,
money.
because if it'll ruin have I don't know
I'm
if
not
this
gonna
is a
disturb
god or
it.
not, right? Siron! That's the damn name of that wraith. That ghostly thing. Siron or Siron.
But not Iran, so completely irrelevant here.
Well, Ron.
What's wrong with
It's
you?
pronounced Arun. It's different.
Anyway, why don't we
Still
figure
sounds
out where we're
familiar.
going next?
We're going through
Okay.
the portal, aren't we?
Well,
Well,
I have the platinum and I'm holding on to the platinum and I'm
I-
gonna
You
share
might want to
with
mark
you.
it on your sheet because I think you forgot about
Am I-
platinum once before.
Oh, we better get out of here, Seville. I'm
we gotta
telling
find
you.
out what's going on. What
No,
the
I think we
heck?
You
should
hear
I'm looking
a
up.
noise. No, this came right down the hallway.
Oh, we
and
should
that-
get out of here.
And with that, we're going to a break.
Yay!
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
And welcome back Thank you for sticking with us as we take a little break, and we're ready to dive back in and see what happens. So, when we left before the break. Okay.
Okay.
So jumping back in. One second.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, we were, sort of in the room that adjoined to the armory area, and we had heard a noise. If I remember
You did.
correctly,
You
right
heard
before the
another
break.
like heavy stone grinding sound
Yeah.
that came right down
Yeah.
that tunnel.
I imagine all of our attention's probably drawn to that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Sybil, I think we need to get out of here right away.
I agree.
I hope
But
you're ready.
through the
Alright,
portal or
yes.
the other way?
No, we need to get out of this
Judd.
entire dimension
Yeah.
right now.
Preloading my hand crossbow,
Okay.
and then rapier.
All right. So you guys are arming up.
I see him preparing, and so I'm going to take out my rapier in my right hand, and in my left hand, one of my daggers.
Yes.
Is there anything I can take and arm up with that's in this armory that I can keep for myself?
That's actually a really good question.
Ooh,
Maybe
I wonder-
Judd can
Judd?
let you know.
Yeah. What do you want?
Damn, I am.
I mean, there's pretty standard weaponry here. Like I said, there are long swords, short swords.
They're all in the blood pool.
Are there any shields?
Oh, yeah.
No, they're all the weapons have been thrown in.
Why'd we
the-
let you do that?
I don't want
And they
anybody.
didn't do anything. They
I don't
just
want
said
anybody gaining
goodbye.
weapons, especially the criminal organizations. So
Okay.
I toss them. No one needs any weapons.
So next
Yeah, right
time,
as he's tossing the last few, we're like, wait a minute. Oh.
No one needs any glowing blue weapons.
There's one that's obviously like a holy avenger, like a +3. Like,
Oh yeah, there was a
Did he just-
Vorpal sword
Right.
you guys threw
No
in
one
there.
needs.
Yeah.
No one needs the sword of cause.
No.
How about the sword of cause?
okay, yeah, I think we're fine, but
No.
I sort of, nod to you guys and I draw my weapon. I have a torch as well so that I can see, and I'm just gonna maybe kind of try to inch forward and figure out if I can figure out where the sound was coming from.
I
Okay, so
imagine
are you
it was
guys going down the
around her
hallway?
shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna.
We're
I'm
going
gonna
down the hallway. We're not going back out into the snowland?
we can if you want. But you never know. This could be. Remember, we came down into the sewer. Again, friendly reminder for those maybe catching up to speed on the story. We were looking for any clues regarding the plot against the kingdom. We learned through Seville's boss, who's a high-ranking member of the Edgeguard, that there is a
Also a babe.
she was a babe.
Sure.
A conspiracy against the crown, and we didn't know what. But
Wakanda forever, for sure.
she told us that there might be some leads in the sewer. So in Otto's mind, anyway, he's wondering if that lead refers to something in the sewer proper itself, or if maybe it's the sewer's teleportation portal to the new world, the snowy world that we went to. And in his mind, he's not really sure. The clues could be anywhere as far as he's concerned.
But
So
Erisette, with her own eyes, read the Celestial, and they
Yep.
know it says Erun, and they know it says that this platinum is for Erun, and that means there's a plot of something that shows planning.
Seville,
And
roll a
regardless,
history check
whatever's
for me.
coming down the hallway sounds awful.
sure, I'm with you. I'll follow you through the portal, if that's where you go.
All right, he's rolling history. Who's closest to the hallway?
Natural 20.
Oh!
Ooh.
So you know what you were sent down here to look for any evidence that might be helpful to Lenarina, right?
Right.
And she installed.
I know. I have my.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're remembering that
Yes,
now.
I've always remembered that if we need to call her or
Okay.
communicate.
I wonder if
yes.
evidence of this portal's existence is evidence enough.
And
To
who
report
has
back.
moved down toward the hallway?
I will, but I'll try to do so a bit stealthily if I can.
Roll a stealth check and then roll a perception check. Anybody who's following behind, roll a perception check.
Can
I'm
I
sorry,
be
is this-
sneaky stealthy too?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Also roll stealth if you're going to try to sneak.
So wait, we went into the button she pushed, opened it a chamber, and then the wall closed behind us, right?
No, he closed it, but he opened it again.
He opened
so
it
it's
again.
Once she
open.
passed out, so everything's open as far
so
as
we
I
could
Yeah.
go back into the room with the blood pool.
Yeah.
No, you were in the
What am I
room with the
rolling?
blood
A
pool.
stealth and
Oh.
a
They've
what
now
else?
joined you back in the
Wasn't
room
it
with the blood
just a
pool.
stealth?
Perception.
Perception. Perception.
So I got an 11 on stealth, and did you say also roll perception?
Also roll perception. Okay. And
10 on
I got
perception.
a natural 1.
Wait, you're going towards that noise? That awful noise?
Yes. to see what it is.
13 stealth.
17 stealth.
22
Obviously.
perception.
Oof. So,
Okay, Seville.
and Otto, as you're kind of leading this charge and going down the hall, you're trying to be quiet. You've got your torch out. Your loot scrapes against the side because it's over your back. Yeah, and it makes a bit of a noise. But Seville ignores that, and you don't even realize that Tabitha is with you. She's so stealthy and silent, just like
I don't even see her. I'm
Yeah.
like, Tabitha,
she's she's right in front of me, like. But Seville, you ignore all this foolishness, and you see a face around the corner, looking at you, and you see familiar robes that what you saw with the necromancer that you killed and threw into the blood pool, and it zips away, and you hear a moment later.
Rising.
I mean, you don't know. It's making a noise.
All right, I'm gonna charge up,
Okay.
past Otto,
Okay.
and get out of that torch's range. And I just want to, if something's rising up, as soon as I see a figure, I'm striking. So
Okay.
if something is rising up, I'm crouching down. I'm gonna
Okay,
take
so
out
you're going
the
around the
kneecaps.
corner?
Yep.
All right, so you go around the corner and you see the stone has just finished going. It had risen up, and you see a figure that is darting through the portal. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Firing.
Firing that hand crossbow.
What portal?
It looks like a sewer grate, but the whole the whole
Yeah,
thing's
sewer grate
opened
portal.
up. Yeah.
13, 12.
Yeah, 12. So, just so quickly surprised and trying to get that shot off really quickly, you pull up a little too fast, and it goes ding, 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 it ricochets off the stone. He looks back and shoots around the corner. And what are you guys doing?
I'm going right after
run
him.
after him.
Seville, what are you doing?
There's someone trying to get away.
And
We'll
you
go
guys-
after them.
Follow me.
And the portal closes right behind him. You can just see through the bars, and you see him go into the water, and he's trying to swim away.
Oh.
Ew.
I would
swimming
like.
away
I would
in the
like
front
to.
pit?
Water?
Yeah.
I would like to try and.
We know how to get it back open, right?
You haven't actually looked on the side, so if you're going to try to open it, you guys need to roll
Yeah.
investigation.
I would be
Seville, you're there
investigating.
first.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you're right there,
investigating.
because you ran high.
19.
Yeah.
I
So
did not do great on mine.
now
I
that
was distracted.
now that the stone rose up, it exposed the button, which was recessed into the wall. Very obvious. You just push it.
Hitting it.
It
All
opens
right.
up.
I'm going through. Do I see him swimming?
Yeah, he's swimming. He's like about 20 feet away now.
All right. Stop your swimming, or I'm going to fire. I'm going to give him one more stroke, and then I'm loading my hand crossbow and firing again.
Doesn't stop.
Okay. Rapier is sheathed. Hand crossbow.
Shoot again?
Boom. Yep. Firing. Gosh damn it! 11.
Can I try to blast him with an Eldritch
Hell
Blast?
yeah,
Sure you
do it.
can. Yeah. So yeah, you're just misses him and goes through the water.
I'm trying to.
And he's just about to disappear. You see him kind of edging around toward the columns.
Mysterious being, whoever you are, don't fail me now.
And you
Nice.
feel an extra surge of energy through you. Roll with advantage.
Ha ha ha.
Nice.
All right. 16 to hit.
Yeah, so you just see him, you see Otto just conjure up this kind of dark
Ew.
energy that circles and swirls around his hand, and he mumbles something. You guys don't quite hear it, but he just and just forcefully throws his hand, and this dark energy shoots out.
9 force damage.
And you see, oh, and he goes under the water with that hit.
All right, I got him down. He could drown. Let's get him.
All right. I'm going. I'll go right into the water and try to swim after him.
Okay, at this
I've
point,
seen this
guys,
stuff.
I need you to
Seville.
roll initiative.
Ooh, fun times.
Okay, I'm gonna actually have to track this one.
I'm gonna roll for Anazora as well.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, just. Oh, she did great. Do I add anything to hers?
Yes, you will add to.
She
her-
rolled an 18,
Okay, so she'll actually have a 19
Okay.
as her total.
Okay.
and I have a 10.
I also have a 10.
All right, hold on, your horses.
I'm
I
just
have a 7.
Hold your horses. All right, 2025.
Well, isn't that? She is 19. Okay.
15 to 20.
And Zora has 19.
19 for Anna. For Anna. Anybody else in the 15 to 20 range? Crickets. All right. 10 to 15.
10.
Also 10.
Tabs.
There's that. What'd you roll?
Over
no,
Chad.
11.
Sorry.
Oh,
Anna.
you got 11.
I got 11. I got a 3 plus a 4. I'm sorry, I got a 7.
Oh,
Okay, that's confusing.
creative math.
Sorry, I got some water on the computer.
That was we're missing Seville.
7.
7
You need
also.
like
I got a
a.
7.
All timer.
Do you need
Wow.
something to wipe it
So
up?
that's funny. We have
I
2
got it.
initiatives
Okay.
between all of us.
Yeah.
We both got 10 and they both got 7.
So, at the top of the round, you see this person in robes, again, very similar to the necromancer that you killed already. Seems to get the drop on you guys, and is just swimming as hard as he can, and manages to make it across the pool, and he's starting to go up the ladder. And Azora's turn, and then Tabitha, you're up next.
Okay.
Maybe
Got it.
I can take her first turn.
Okay, so you're gonna take Anazora's. What do you got?
I think obviously what she would do
What is she
is
wearing?
try to cast sleep
Oh.
and see if she can bring this person down and
Do
then
it.
recover them from the water.
That
Do
could be
it.
very effective.
Beautiful.
So I think she only. Sorry, I forgot to click long rest on her, so let me do that briefly.
No, you wouldn't. I don't think we can do that.
Oh, you might need to do that. But after you do.
No, I clicked on it, so just.
Oh, maybe I need to refresh.
Maybe-
Just
Refresh the
refresh.
page?
Yeah, I just need to check off one of her
'cause she's
first
full.
level spells.
Yeah.
And she'll try to cast sleep, which
Okay.
How many dice does she have for that one?
yeah, good question. Okay, yeah, it is correct now. So I'm checking off a slot. Oh, it won't let me, so you'll have to do that, Judge.
So you-
Sorry.
5.
But
Oh,
it'll
really?
be 5d8.
Okay.
So
5d8.
here we go. We've got.
Sleep. I cast it.
Okay, great. So 6, 13, so that's 19, plus another 13
Oh,
is 31.
oh come on, yes.
Plus
So-
another 2, 33.
So
She goes.
she
goes
starts. Yeah, she
in
starts.
fairy dust. Just
Whoa!
You just see the swirling kind of.
Wow.
These elements of nature, these
Whoa.
leaves and these other kind of elements, and it
She's so cool.
just hit him in the back, and he goes. And as he's climbing up, he's just like this, and he just falls down, splash, lands right in the water.
Robin! Zora, that was amazing!
Okay, all right, guys, we're out of initiative. So what would
let's
you like
grab
to do?
him.
We're gonna grab him.
Seville, quick! And maybe just duck arms underneath his and try to get him out while he's asleep.
Okay, so you guys swim over,
Yeah.
and you find he's underwater,
Yeah.
and basically drowning.
Yeah,
You
before
grab-
he
you
drowns,
find him,
you grab him.
you pull him up, and you bring him to the side at the base of those metal rungs that
Yeah.
lead up on that ladder.
Yeah.
And he's out.
Okay.
Okay,
You make a
let's-
good point. Quickly, some of the rope. Let's just get him affixed to those rungs.
Okay.
So he's not
So
gonna go anywhere. Got
he's
it.
still out. You guys tie him, and
Yeah.
and he's
Right
kind of
there.
he's kind of like this because the rungs are not that big.
Yeah.
But you tie his hands behind his head
And as I'm
bind
tying
his
him-
bind his feet.
I'm like, Tabitha, anything on him?
Yeah.
Great question. I'm going to go through and see if I find anything good.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation.
Can I assist her?
Yeah, you can help. Yeah,
Yeah.
Let her roll advantage.
Yeah. Roll advantage.
So you get to
Roll
roll
again,
twice.
roll
roll
again.
twice.
The assist is huge. Hopefully.
10.
10. Yeah, you don't find a ton. You found he does have a pouch on his outside.
Okay.
Coins right
Right.
away. 25 gold pieces.
Well, hell yeah.
He doesn't have any weapons on him.
He looks like a
Does he-
spellcaster,
Does he have
correct?
a
Yeah.
coat?
He does have a
Wait, wait,
coat. He
Ah.
has,
What did you use?
again,
Investigation,
similar
right?
garb to what the one before had.
9
So it's a
plus-
dark red robe
This is a 6.
It's a 9.
Oh.
with these black
So plus 4.
emblems.
I got it.
They might be runic symbols. You're not quite sure.
Sorry.
Sounds like we got a
I
number wrong.
thought
Yeah,
it was
13.
a 6, but it was a 9.
So,
So I have a
So
13.
13
Total
total.
13.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't really change much.
Okay,
That's okay.
Just for checking.
Yeah. He just doesn't seem like he's got a lot on him. Again, he's got these robes that they're like this blood red with these black. They might be runic symbols. You're not quite sure if it's just a design or if they're
Okay.
symbols. They're very unusual. very rough-looking kind of symbols.
What I'm gonna do is take my dagger and like cut off a swatch of that robe.
Tell me which part exactly you're cutting.
I'm gonna cut just like the lapel part.
Okay, roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Might be a good clue, you guys.
This is very
It's a
promising.
very promising one. I like the idea.
Perception, we said?
Yeah, perception.
8, 9, 10, 11.
11. Yeah. So you cut away, and as you cut that, you can see the bare skin, and you just notice a weird ridge right here underneath the skin, like this like bumpy progression underneath the skin.
Huh. Guys, take a look at this.
I think
What's
I'm gonna
happening
pull
here?
back the hood of this guy. Does he look normal?
His hood's already down because he's been swimming. Yeah, he looks like he's human.
So
He
does
looks
this-
a bit gaunt. He doesn't look very healthy.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like somebody who sees the sun very often.
Could I check? Oh.
Does it look like something's embedded under the skin?
Roll an investigation check.
And is he just human?
He's, I mean, as far as you can tell, he looks human.
Okay.
Bummer,
6.
man.
Honestly, we're not rolling great today.
Okay.
But we're
No.
being creative.
I was
with
Yeah,
going
it.
to,
here's an
before
idea.
you even asked
Here's an
that, I
idea.
was going to just cut it out from him because to me it looks
Out of his
embedded.
flesh?
Yes, I was just.
While he's sleeping?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, cut it. Go ahead and cut it out. I gotta remember.
Painful.
I
Actually,
cut
you
it
might
out.
know.
He wakes up.
Yeah, he wakes up
and
right
he-
away.
He's
Yeah,
tied
damage.
up.
He's tied
Are
up,
you
yeah.
finished
He's tied
tying
up.
him?
Oh,
So
and it's
you-
worth noting when somebody is incapacitated,
Mm-hmm.
when they're unconscious because they're sleeping,
That's a
any damage is a critical.
Wait,
that
I
they
think
take.
it's
What?
an auto.
It's an auto.
It's an
critical
auto
hit.
crit. Only when auto does it.
Only
This is Aristide
That's an
doing it.
auto.
Well, an auto critical
Oh,
is its
I
own
see.
thing.
That's
but
a
an
Yeah.
auto.
But you're not trying
I'm
to
not
do
stabbing
damage.
him,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just wanna cut
I'm
it
just
out.
Yeah.
taking it out. Like
I'm
if it
just
was-
saying, the moment that your
if it was-
blade starts slicing his skin, he goes.
But he's tied up.
So it's
He's
Like
basically
that.
tied up,
just a
right?
flesh
And he's-
wound, is what I'm hearing.
Imagine if you had a splinter.
And he starts saying these dark
God.
words that you feel resonate unnaturally through your bodies.
Shut
wanna
his
try
mouth
to-
down! Shut his mouth down!
And then you feel it fade.
You'll cast no spells here.
And you
keep
continue?
slicing out whatever.
So
it
as
is.
you slice,
And I just have to press hard.
and
I'm like,
blood
no.
blood is pouring out, and you see this glint of silver.
Ooh.
And I kind of pick at it, and I have very dexterous hands, so I want to kind of just
You
pull out.
pull
without
open the
slicing as
skin
much
a
as I
little
can.
I
bit.
love that we're doing this.
And you see,
Feels a little
you
creepy,
see a
but-
silver chain emerge that is embedded underneath the skin.
And I pull it out.
As you pull it out, you can. He's like, oh!
I don't like it, but I do
There,
like
There,
it.
it must have hurt on the way in also.
Where are my percentage dice?
I respect.
Nope. And he's just.
Be
He's
a
like,
big boy.
he's trying to bite
fighting,
you. He's
stop
trying to bite you.
resisting.
Be a big boy about it now.
And he's just. And as you're pulling it out, this medallion comes out.
And Azor's like, don't worry, we're
And-
just going to take a look.
It's a,
Yeah.
he has a
He's
chain.
probably freaking out right now.
He has this chain. It's
Yeah.
clear now that this chain goes around his neck.
Oh,
Is embedded underneath the skin.
Oh God.
And
just
on
take the medallion.
this medallion is this. It looks like it's clearly a skull, but it's a skull unlike anything you've seen. It's very demonish in form. It's not human, and he's just fighting. He's fighting. He's pulling at the.
And I,
At the
this
bonds?
is crazy, but I take my dagger sideways and I swing it at the side of his head to try to not hurt him, but knock him out.
You swing it.
I swing it, you know, like the flat side of my dagger.
All
I
right.
just
take
go
that.
boom to try to knock
roll
him out.
roll a attack first of all. See if it doesn't.
It's a 15.
Okay, that
Well,
hits, and now
yeah,
roll your
and he's-
damage.
I'm not trying to damage him.
Wait, is he? He's.
I'm
You
just trying
you
to
have
knock
to you
him
have to
out.
damage him to knock him out.
Well, would it be with my dagger then?
Yeah, I mean that's what you're
So,
trying.
be,
so that's a
You're kind of like
1d4
you're
plus
just kind of like
1d4 plus
whacking him
4.
on
Any
the
luck,
side
we'll
of
get an 8.
But it would be a. It wouldn't be like a piercing damage.
No,
No, it'd be
It'd be like a-
bludgeoning.
This is bludgeoning because you're actually
Oh,
like
it's a
beating him.
9.
9.
9 points. So
Wait,
oh!
this was a side. This was a 6-sided, so I didn't. Right, I
You didn't roll the right die.
I
You need to
rolled the
roll
wrong
D4.
things. These are
We
wrong.
sometimes get
Hang tight,
confused.
guys.
Hold on,
it's
it's
only
okay.
the 16th episode.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Here we go.
I'm getting it where I can like roll 2
Real
die.
damage incoming. So only 1d4.
4.
Sorry.
No, 1d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
so
6.
My card's
yes,
got
that's
my
correct.
precious
Okay, so
notes
I got
a little
a 6.
wet.
Oh no!
happened?
What are you
What
doing?
happened?
I'm just getting
She got her
stuff
paper a little
wet.
bit.
The table
It's
is
all right.
sealed,
It'll
so
be
it's-
okay.
it's
It'll be
waterproof.
okay.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
always recopy.
So he takes it and
I
he
don't
just
know what
looks
this
at you
is.
guys. He stops fighting now and he looks at you. You hear this noise.
I'm going.
I stand back. I can tell he's gonna vomit or something.
Foam is coming out and he's shaking and he's
No!
Oh no! I
and
didn't
he
mean.
just he goes limp.
I didn't mean to kill him.
And I like shake him.
No, I'm sorry. I swear I wasn't
Nothing
trying
happened.
to kill him. I'm sorry. I wanted to make him hurt less. As
Does
I
I
Anazora
search
have
his
any
mouth.
like healing or like?
So I look at.
Anazora jumps up, she puts her hand on it, her hand glows, and she's putting life back into it.
Yeah.
And hold on a second.
I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't. I was just trying
It's
to make
okay.
it less painful. As I
Right.
said.
Relax, relax.
Fine.
Relax. We know you're a murderer. I mean, it's okay.
I searched his mouth,
Vicious,
Judd.
bloodthirsty, CSI
right.
style elf.
That's right. We know you're sadistic, but no, it's all fine. It's
The
fine.
phone that
I'm
was,
getting rules sent to me from Jamie. Thank you, Jamie.
Oh, thanks,
the
Jamie.
foam that was coming from his mouth, I searched his mouth.
You search his mouth? Okay, you open up and you
We're getting
see
nasty.
this like
Honestly, we are.
obviously fake tooth in there.
Ew.
Cyanide capsule type
That
thing.
is like cracked open.
Yeah.
And it's just this stuff pouring out. It's eating away the
See
flesh around it.
Otto's head hang low.
Like
And
a
it's
spy
it's still
killing
bubbling.
himself
So
so he
you
doesn't have
see Anazora put energy into him and he's like and it's still like bubbling in there. So she kind of raises him up and then he dies
He's
again.
done.
Oh.
I look
Oh.
back
At
at you
least it
guys.
wasn't
Sorry,
my fault.
that was Michael. Thanks, Mike.
I look
Thanks,
back
Mike.
at you guys and I just say, he had something in place, and I kind of point to his tooth. He'd rather die than tell us anything.
It wasn't our fault, at least.
No, the question is, what did he not want to tell us?
Well, I have the medallion still in my hand.
I think that this man could be part of the conspiracy against
So,
the kingdom.
do I know anything about like the cult of Farnooge?
No, I mean just
We've encountered some.
I mean
followers.
like every kid knows the
Like-
name of the devil.
Right. So we
but-
know like.
But cults know.
Does
like,
he appear to
This
be?
is a deity
Yeah.
that has not had a lot of publicity.
Well,
Right,
mind you, I have the
right,
book,
right.
so I probably have seen symbology and information. Is there anything about him, having read through it, that seems Farnooge-esque?
Do a history check.
Can
for
I
me.
help him with that history check?
No, because you haven't read the book.
But guess what? I don't know if you'll need to help me because I got a 22.
Oh, 22!
Yes.
Okay.
As he
That's so Otto.
twitches and dies, as you guys have tied him up.
No remorse.
Not my fault.
No remorse.
Don't
No
Actually,
remorse. I'm
Except for
just
Anna
you
trying to
get
solve
you get the
mystery.
sense now, thinking back, that his jaw was moving before you struck him, so he had already decided that the end was nigh.
Ugh. That
And
is worth serving that committedly.
you
Except for
remember
good.
that in that book of Fornuge, there is a symbol in there that matches this emblem.
Ah.
One of Farnooge's faithful.
Can I do a perception check on the emblem?
Yeah, sure.
Can I investigate his body to see if there's anything that I missed?
What are you doing differently this time? Because you've already searched him.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at him laying
Well,
down
this time
the
I'm gonna get a little bit more
DMs.
personal with it
You
because
searching cavities?
He's so dead that you can just search
Like a
your
turkey
whim.
or a
You're
chicken?
fine.
I'm like looking at his more of
Fondling.
like what's happening with his hands. Like, can I get any information about like what did he do for a
your
living? Where did he
You're-
live? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to do.
Close
Yeah, you'd have to do something different than what you did before. Basically, you patted him down before.
So let's strip his clothes off to see if there's any symbols that
Yeah,
we may
like, what
or
if
may
he
not
has-
recognize or come across before, or maybe we can reference them to Otto's book, or perhaps the book I've the diary of the necromancer I took from.
And I feel
Josh.
like Anazora would be like, I don't like this idea.
Yeah,
Right?
no, she would not like this.
Yes,
Because
but
his dad is dead already, but he
She's
killed
like, we should give
himself.
him a proper
She
burial.
These
tried
are-
to heal him,
Yeah.
but the poison was still active and continuing to damage him. So as she put healing power into him, it helped and brought him back for a second, and you saw it just collapse again. This is an extremely this is a fail safe.
yeah.
I wonder how a creature like Anazura handles suicide.
Not well.
Very dark. All right, here's what I say. I
Deep
turn to you
thoughts.
guys.
We'll
and I'm-
ask Alyssa next
I'm
week.
thinking out loud, and I say clearly, this effort against the kingdom. If Farnooge is at play here, what have we learned? we learn that his followers are zealous, to the point that they would rather die than give up any clues as to their plans. So, perhaps you are right, Harissa. If we're going to learn more, we may have learned the extent of what we'll learn here in the sewers. If it's the cold unknown that we intend to brave, I'll be right there with you.
Otto, thank you. And I will say, I thought it was absolutely asinine to go down this tunnel. It sounded like we feared far worse than what we got, thank goodness.
Well, mind you,
But
Speaking of,
I think we're better off for it because this emblem could help us.
I'm going to run up
Exactly.
the ladder.
No
The
stone
ladder.
unturned.
I'm gonna follow
Tabby.
after you.
Yeah.
High
I'm
five.
going to
Yeah.
go up the ladder and check the... And
We're-
check the...
Sorry, I'll stop moving.
we're going to check that... Check the top of the ladder and...
You have to master
What are you
the
doing?
art of DM eating.
We're going up the
I know.
ladder.
I want to open the
You're like,
door.
you see a...
Tabby,
Oh my god, what is that?
Okay, can we open the door at the top
Tabby
of
and
the
I are
ladder?
going
You gonna just try the door?
up the ladder, yes.
Door's like not budging at all.
that
hello,
crashing
I
noise?
tried that earlier. There's no way out that way.
Well, what do you think that crashing noise was?
Wanna look around?
Yeah, I do want to
Might
look
have been
Oh,
around.
well, roll an investigation
Well, thank
then.
you. Can we
I'm
both
gonna
do it
investigate
together?
as well.
You can each roll
It's
one, or you
so
can roll
curious.
one person can roll at
Curious
advantage.
Why don't you roll and I'll roll?
Okay.
You each roll.
You're going to roll an 18.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, then maybe that's
Maybe
me
yours
with
is an
an
18.
Maybe you're gonna roll an 11.
Nope.
So I have
18.
I have an
Oh!
I felt 18. I felt
You
18.
did feel 18, okay.
Someone was going to roll an 18. 14 plus 4, 18.
All right, so yeah.
And that's math.
And that's math for you.
And kids, that's why you study your
That's
math.
why we're
school.
doing math
That's
here.
another thing that D&D
And the more you
is,
know.
You know, fast math.
All right.
That's why Winnie Cooper is smart at math.
Winnie Cooper. That's so cute.
Right? Winnie Cooper? Everybody
Is
says
She
Winnie
is
Cooper,
smart at math.
right?
How did you know that she's
I
smart
don't
at
know
math?
Winnie Cooper.
Wait, that's from like
How
an
do you
old
know
show?
that she's smart at math, though?
What show
Because
is
she
it?
has a whole math program.
Yeah, she literally was a math major at UCLA.
Yeah. She has a
That's-
huge math
Yeah,
program.
I
she
mean, wait,
does.
I don't remember that.
Winnie
She
Cooper
was
is
on,
from with Fred.
The Wonder
and-
Years?
Yeah,
Like
Years.
some
the
show
Wonder
on
Years.
That was
movies.
before my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see,
Okay,
it's like
old people. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, you old people.
It's a retro now
As I fade back into the dark.
Any 80s show?
All right.
Yes, okay.
So,
Shows?
18. Yeah.
18.
So now you know what you're looking for. Otto missed it before, but you do see another button that was similar to the other side.
A button. Perfect.
Piece of stone, micro gap in it. What are you gonna do?
All right, I'm going to go down and say, Otto,
There's no way up there. You're wasting your time.
can I play the guitar you're playing, the lyre?
Absolutely not.
Correct. Don't look for traps.
Oh!
Damn.
Okay, you guys. Let the dead man lay. Come up here. We're
Let's
leaving.
come up. We're
And
we're
Arison
out
just
here.
is kind of like this. Like, doesn't even know.
I like look at my leer and I'm like, that wasn't very nice.
Will you let
are you
us
And
pushing-
Anna's
play your
always
instrument?
like,
Exactly.
I
you
like
pushing
your
it?
guitar playing.
I
It's
want,
a lute.
I'm going to go halfway down and kind of hang off and be like, Otto,
It's lovely.
Yes.
you want to go outside to the snow, but there's a latch. We could go deeper into the sewers.
You mean we could find our way back?
We could.
I hate those.
There
shoes.
was the other way we didn't go with the portcullis.
Oh,
Correct.
There's
All right, how
Lots of
about
ways
this?
it didn't go.
Well, that way sticks out in my memory. We could track our way back
Yes.
and look, and if all else fails, we know that there's always the portal.
No, we have great intel on where this leads, but let's finish the
Can we do a
sewers.
quick
take us
back
reminding
in the
ourselves of
sewers.
details?
Yes, yes,
You remembered something very important related to Avanath's vision,
yes.
related to the imagery in the snow. What was that?
that it was awful. That the people were somehow almost as if by magical spell prevented from revealing the truth.
Right.
Is that right?
It
Yes.
is. And the city,
What was the name of the city?
Luknar, which we
Luknar.
now have seconded on that note.
Now let me
So,
put something out here.
Yes.
We've been tasked with what? We've been sent down into the sewer
to find.
to look for clues
Correct.
as to the possible conspiracy against the kingdom.
Correct.
Now, do we do our due diligence by searching the rest of the sewers or by going through that portal? I follow you. I'll go to your judgment, and I point to the opening that I wasn't able to find earlier. Clearly, I'm not
So
The
I
one
wanna,
who knows everything.
I want to ask you
It's very big
something,
of
the
you,
both of
Aja.
you.
Okay.
Well,
The Sumrak.
I know most things.
You do.
We haven't really discussed this, but the Sumrak took you and
Yes.
tortured you and sold you.
Yes. And
Yeah.
drugged
Tortured
us
you?
with this fruit.
They
They-
tortured you?
They
Well-
poisoned us.
Now listen to me. The Lennar said that the 4 factions are down here. They coalesce down here.
Right.
They traffic information down here, so it's very likely you might run into them. Are you interested in running into someone you may or may not have seen before?
Seville, as I told you.
So I could brutally murder them?
Possibly.
Sure.
Vengeance.
Sorry, Anazora.
I mean, do we
Is some-
have to murder them? Maybe we could be good friends.
No.
Maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they just need a friend.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If someone poisoned you and tortured you, sold you into slavery and put you in a cage,
I've been
that
put in
sound
a
like a
box
friend?
before.
You have.
I know, but
They weren't
Did you
very
like
nice.
Did you
But-
like it?
I don't
Anazora,
think so.
No.
I remember your actions. The necromancer in that manse, that mansion. You didn't even let him get 3 words out before you rushed
Well,
to
he was
attack
evil.
him.
and
That's
exactly.
Otto's point right there, and we go up. We go up.
These people are evil.
But are we sure?
We're gonna find out. Any innocents we will not touch.
Okay.
Any deviants,
All right. We
Okay.
know. We
Remember,
know.
we're on a scouting
I don't
mission.
want any of these evil people living.
Ah,
I
that's
like
the
sound of
spirit.
that.
Then
All right.
turn yourself red
I'll
and
find them and I will
fire
kill
your
them.
sword up, because we are about to get.
Anazor did say that at that class.
Yes.
Why don't you take point? I'll be right behind you.
Yes.
Wait, we're going up the tunnel. We're going
Oh,
back
she's
into the
like-
sewers.
I don't.
And her
Erised.
shield bursts
Erised.
into life with
Here
leaves
goes
falling.
sewers.
No, but Erised, remember, the snow. We're not. dressed
Phil, where
for
is the
snow.
button?
I'm dressed for the snow.
It's right there. Let's go.
Here. Nothing moves, but you hear all that sound. And she tries the door now. It opens, no problem.
Okay. I'll go first.
And I go with
And
him.
she just moves. She
Behind
doesn't.
you.
She doesn't listen to you.
And I'm
She's
stealthy.
going. She's got her shield out. She's got her sword, and she's going
All right.
halfway down the hall. She stops you,
Okay.
and
I'm
She-
reloading my
she
crossbow. by
points
the way.
out the trap. She remembers the trap.
The one that we circled with the.
Yep. You can see it. Yeah,
Chalk?
it's a little light. There's
Okay.
there's a trap there, the blade trap, and she just steps over, not avoiding all the triggers.
Yeah.
You guys do all the same.
Yeah.
Yes.
You pass the blade trap, and you come to the end of the hall. And this again, like the other ones, the button is very obvious. She hits it, and you see the hallway
All right.
back out again.
As we're going, I'm wrestling with some kind of internal dialogue, and my hands are going, and I'm putting some of my newfound ability into my socks. And-
Socks.
Into your
Okay.
socks.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm starting to dry off my socks and boots
Mm.
and the lower half of my
So-
Ooh, I wonder what you can
my
do.
leathers. I'm starting to warm them and dry them.
So, Anazor's ahead of you. Who's behind Seville?
Me. Oh, I
Hmm.
Otto, roll a perception check for fun.
I want to be after Anazora. Is that okay?
Okay.
Oh, that was Seville's
Oh,
taking
Seville's
up,
next?
I
and
got
Otto
right
is
next to them.
behind.
a
I'm next to Ursat then, at the back.
Okay,
16.
16. Yeah, so no problem. You smell this suddenly this moist heat
Ew.
and kind of a woolish smell
What's going on?
emanating from in front of you.
Svel, what are you doing?
What's happening?
What are you doing?
I agree. Let's push on.
No. Go up to something.
Tabitha,
The sewers
Yeah.
are a fickle place,
have you
although
ever noticed that Seville smells a little bit like
I'm trying.
goat?
I'm trying magic.
Goat.
I'm trying magic. Do you know what you're doing?
No?
I
I don't
haven't
know. You should do
noticed
it.
that, Oda, no.
No? I mean, Every once in a while, I just kind of feel like I catch a whiff of goat.
Seville,
From
you
him.
should do what I'm doing.
Interesting.
If you're trying to use magic,
Are you dealing with this sewer time? All right.
Well, I'm trying to do.
Maybe that's it. I
Oh,
don't know.
maybe
but
that's not the
it's a
correct
strange
one.
smell. It's a smell that I
Oh,
fucking
your feet
dislike,
feel nice
but
and warm and dry now.
Yes.
possibly
And then I
almost
remember
like-
Yeah?
something.
sorry, don't talk over one another.
Sorry.
That's okay, you can.
I
Well, but
remember
it's
something, and I'm
confusing.
like, I'm sorry. I
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Just it's all right. I'm gonna try something else. Just
What I was going to say,
what?
if you want to use magic,
Yes.
you should take the easy route. Commune with one of the strange others out there. They know all the secrets to magic. And sort of look at this book that I have by my side, and then I realize, like, perhaps I've said too much. And I just walk a pace ahead of you.
I want to talk to you about magic. It's a strange thing to me and my kind. So let's put that on the shelf for a time where we can better
Yes.
explore some of my curiosities.
It's something we can discuss in the future.
Yes.
Okay.
I also just want to say I completely forgot to say, but I had every intention that I was going to take that medallion and cut it and have it and keep it.
Yeah, and I have the sample of the fabric.
I kind of assumed you did that.
Okay, great.
So
I just
I
wanted
will.
to stop it,
Normally I
but
would
I
not,
did
but I'm
do
gonna
it.
assume that you
I
removed
did do
that
it, yeah.
from the corpse, the now corpse.
Okay.
Okay.
Erisette, were you saying something?
I just
Yeah,
said
sorry.
Seville sometimes, I don't know.
Smells like goat. Yeah, I remember that.
But it's an odd thing. I kind of
Like
it's
it?
gross,
You
but
like
I
it?
kind of do.
Okay, you might be
right,
becoming
I've
attracted to him, is what I
Perhaps
suspected.
done.
No.
So we're gonna
Okay, we
sneak
are.
off,
Totally no way.
and as
What are you doing?
we're going, I'm gonna try to clean parts of my clothing with
Okay, so you guys,
my stuff, but I'm mixing up the stuff.
that cantrip. What? how do
Mending,
you-
I believe?
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Okay, so
But
you guys.
I'm trying to. I think it's something. I haven't really. I don't
So
understand.
you see Seville moving ahead of you.
I don't
and,
get the verbal. I don't
And you-
understand the directions in this thing.
Otto, you're right behind him.
Yeah.
And you just see like there's some filth still clinging to his body because you guys have been in that sewage basically, that water, and you see him like he's twitching, and then he's clean.
I don't
And
make
you
a
just see
big
the,
show of
You
it.
see the filth kind of disappear.
I just sort of kind of nod, smiling to myself. I don't really make a big fuss about it, but I take note of it.
Okay.
So is it like a bath spell?
You
You don't have to
I
tell
don't-
me, but that's what
I don't
my
say
guess
anything.
is as Maddie the person.
Yeah, no. It might be something similar, but you don't quite see as well as Tabitha. All right, so you guys, you
Yeah.
poke out into the hallway.
Yeah.
As you remember, if you go straight, you can go up the steps to that room with the 5 different stairs,
Yes.
or the hallway goes left and right.
I
What would
can't
you-
remember where we
Do
were.
I
before.
remember which way the portcullis room was?
I don't know. Do you remember? Let's roll a history check. Let's see what you
Alright.
got.
Well, wasn't it you and I, Tabby, that went to that room with the portcullis?
I remember
Yeah.
being there. I can't remember who else was, but I, got a
think that we
16.
did check it out
You no problem.
first.
You know that it's down to your right now.
I say we go back this way first.
Okay.
I remember this way.
Well, we can't
Works
trust
for
what
me.
that guy said, so he might have been trying to keep us away from something, so fine.
Absolutely.
And I
And I
tried to
kind of
take the
nudge
last
Anna
couple
Zora.
breaths of quasi-fresh air.
Get it while you can. But yeah, I kind of nudge Anna Zora to lead us down that way, and I'll be right behind her.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way down the hallway. It's
Easy.
It is
Easy.
alright. I'm gonna
actually
ask you-
the air in here is not as foul because this is more. You're not sure. You don't see the sewage in this area. These are these hallways. You're not really sure how it integrates into the sewage system. But in this area alone, there's no immediate sewage. So it's a little old and stale, the air. But you don't smell the. I mean, you can. There's a hint of it, but it's not immediate in this area.
Okay.
So you make your way down about 30 feet to your right, and it breaks off to the left again, and then there's a door, which they previously went through. It's slightly ajar.
I want
Was
to.
that the room with like What room was it? Do I remember?
So you were there before.
Uh-huh.
There's some piles of clothing
Right.
It's
in there, and then it's a rectangular room. It's fairly long. It's about
Yeah.
another it's about 20 feet by 15 feet, and you can see an iron portcullis that is down off to your right.
In the room?
That's the portcullis we saw
The
before.
portcullis
I
is like
believe.
the other doorway out.
Okay.
Okay, could we go examine the portcullis, or at least Otto would like to?
Absolutely.
Try
Roll
to
an,
discern a way
roll
to-
an investigation check. If you're gonna try to raise it, do a strength check.
I think I'll look around, wary of traps, given our experience.
Investigation
before.
then first.
And I would like to
Wow,
go
it's
back
kinda
into the room that I saw before, and since this time I have the knowledge of these bricks that are loose and like create doors, I would like to check again to see if there was a door in there.
So you're just looking for
Those kind of like hidden,
just on the walls, or tell me where you're looking.
down on the ground, and on
Because
the
are you
walls.
looking through the piles of like there's piles.
Yeah,
of
I'm gonna move the
clothes.
clothes to the side.
Okay, do an investigation check for me. What'd you get?
I only got a 7.
Yeah, so you
Where did you
Otto's
go
over
look at?
there, kind of.
I'm looking at the portcullis, trying
At
to
the
figure out a way.
portcullis
It just looks like it looks slightly rusted because the air down here is still pretty
I
damp.
don't see any way past this except for lifting it.
You
And
don't
I'm
see.
going through the clothes, actually, all of them.
Okay.
Checking the
15.
pockets.
Okay. So
Is
you're
that an investigation check?
yeah.
I
So
got a-
you're
6, I think.
you're looking around and you're looking for the same kind of trigger and you're kind of moving the clothes around. You don't see anything that looks like another kind of doorway.
Okay.
What about you?
Oh, I got a 6.
So
I
as
don't really. They're
Erised
dirty.
is looking, I heard her kind of, and I kind of watch her, look down through the clothes, and I go like, I do my little thing,
Yeah.
and I say something, and I want to create the scent of roses around her head.
Okay, so Erised, as you're searching through these clothes, suddenly the smell of these roses, this nature just blasts in your face, and it feels so calming and beautiful, and it's like you've escaped for a moment as the scent fills your nostrils.
Oh,
You guys, that's so sweet.
But no one sees me do it.
No,
I
no,
would
no.
like
Well,
to-
I mean, if you roll investigation, perception, if you guys want to.
That's okay. I'm
Otherwise-
gonna look through the portcullis and see if I can discern anything that's beyond.
So yeah, you see that it goes down about 15 feet,
Alright.
and then it splits left
I'm
and right.
going to back up about 20 feet,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going to start looking at the portcullis, but I'm going to start going like this to see the walls and stuff,
Are
to
you-
see if there's a trigger further back.
Are you looking? Are you moving anything? Because remember, there are piles of clothes. Or are you just looking?
So
I
there's
think
piles
we
of clothes
tossed-
along this,
There are 3 piles of clothes in the room.
but they did it, right? They
I mean, you
kicked
see
it
them. They're
over,
kind of
yeah.
like she's kind of
Yeah.
looking through.
So
she's
I'm
looking
just
for
kind of getting a
You didn't
view.
find anything, by the
actually,
way.
I'm getting a
like,
view.
Something smells amazing.
I want a bigger, wider
Then just do
view.
perception check.
Yeah. Uh, 18.
18. So, as you're just looking, and both Erised and Tabitha have been looking through the clothes and looking around, looking at the walls, and they're just like, oh, there's nothing here. And you kind of take a breath, and you take a big step back, and you start scanning the walls, the ceiling, the floor, and something catches your eye over by the middle pile. There are 3 piles of clothes. The middle pile that Tabitha had moved away, you see something that catches your eye down on the floor.
Oh, Tabby.
Okay, yeah.
And I point exactly where I'm seeing it. You move some clothing. Look below one of the fabrics.
I kind of turned my head around.
I
hearing her
listened to
say that.
him.
Right
Okay.
there.
And I,
Do another investigation check at advantage.
okay, 3, so
But
hopefully I roll
you get
higher.
advantage, yeah.
You might need these dice.
7
You need new dice.
plus 4.
And Judd, I think honestly,
No.
now knowing there's something there,
It's
I would imagine between the 4 of us, we're
Yeah.
meticulously taking each piece.
it's
of
right
clothing.
there, and I'm gonna walk up and grab what I see.
Yeah, so she doesn't see it, but
Yeah.
you know her eyesight is poor. No
In the
offense,
dark.
you're a halfling.
No. Yeah, I see it, I
Okay,
see it.
offense
Yeah,
taken,
yeah.
but
No, I've got
Okay,
you.
go
I've got
ahead.
you.
Mean.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's in
Light
the
a
dark.
torch
You
for
would
them,
have,
Sybil.
you
Light
would
a
have
torch
knobbed
so
that.
she
I have,
can
I,
find
I have
my
a
own.
torch.
So
Yeah.
may,
Yeah.
as Otto moves closer,
Yeah.
Sybil, you want to investigate?
Yeah.
Okay. Otto's moving closer. You now have the light. Even though you can see in the dark, you have a little extra.
What did you see, Sybil?
What?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, I think we're knowing that he
Well,
saw
yeah,
something.
I mean, it's innate, but she might have moved something.
Like,
around,
It's
but-
something
each
about
piece of
like the
clothing.
light now. You're not sure what you saw. You thought you saw like a
Alright.
seam or something in the
I
floor.
kinda-
but
I'm gonna step on that.
I'm gonna kind of put a torch down. and,
roll investigation for me.
Yeah, I'm now knowing that he may have saw something. I'm just going through each piece of clothing.
Normally, I wouldn't allow each of you to do it, but because you saw something and you called it out, everybody's going to kind of move over and
What
do
do
that.
I
9.
perceive about this?
You don't know
situation?
what he's talking about. You've looked through these
Really?
nasty old
Even-
clothes.
Yeah, just kind of feeling around each little piece,
What'd you
shaking it
find?
out. I only got a 9, but I'm trying to be as thorough as I can.
You're not sure what the hell he's talking about either.
I only got a 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
Seville,
So,
please explain
anyway.
exactly what you saw.
What did I see?
You saw what looked like an edge, like a seam.
So if we
On-
fill
on the floor.
if we fill on every little piece of clothing, nothing seems to.
The
point out
clothing,
to us.
there's nothing in the clothing.
Okay,
No, it's
Anazora's
not the
gonna do an
clothing. It's
investigation.
something.
Oh, Anazora, okay.
It's something on the ground. It's on the stone.
Yeah.
Okay, Anazora rolled an 11. What can
She
we
gets
add
plus
to it?
1.
Okay, so
So
she got a
12.
12.
Guys, is that it?
What does she point out?
And she's like, there's a line on the floor.
What do you
I
mean?
realize.
I take a look.
And she points to it, and you guys all look, and she there's a seam going
Oh.
along the floor. And as
Yeah.
you kind of brush away the clothes and move it out, you can kind of see a square there on the floor.
What kind of a square? Like an
Just like a perfect square.
Just-
into the.
I mean-
Just like a little seam of a square in the stone that goes around.
Okay.
And
so,
do-
whoa. Okay.
I just press it.
I'm
No,
hitting the
nothing.
ground.
I mean, no, it's big. It's like I'm sorry. It's like
Is it a
it's like
flagstone?
it's like 3 by
Like a-
3 feet
Oh. okay.
square.
Okay, do I know,
Sorry.
and have I ever seen
2 by 2.
something
2 by
like
2.
this before?
Yeah. This looks like a trapdoor,
A trapdoor. Okay.
but there doesn't seem to be any handle, and
Is
you
there-
don't see any button.
Is this like the other ones where there's a button somewhere we have to find?
I don't know.
I start looking. I start doing an investigation check all around the perimeter. to
Okay,
see if I
go
can
for
find
it.
A button of some sort. I got a 9.
Look, we didn't. We need not dally here too long.
No.
Someone give me a hand, and I'm just gonna recommend
Yeah.
that a bunch of people try to lift the portcullis together.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
All
take
right.
a. Well, we can. You
Come
wanna do
on,
that?
I need all of you. Let's just forget it. There's nothing here.
I
Well,
gotta
the-
help
as
him.
far as I can
Trap
tell.
door. I'm gonna take my crowbar and try to pry the
Okay.
thing open.
Do a strength check with advantage.
Come on, someone help me open
I'm
this
not
door.
much help, I'm
Otto
trying.
moves away, and he's over there
And
straining.
I'm
His
trying.
muscles bulging.
I'm
and he's
not
like,
very strong, but I'll do
You're
my
gonna
best.
help me?
Yeah.
Thank
Can
God.
Anazora help you too?
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
And Azor can.
And then you and I can help do this crowbar situation.
Yeah.
Can I
Alright.
do a crowbar on like the other
help
side
me?
so
I've
that
got
we're
a-
trying to prop it up?
I got an 8. I mean myself, but
Yeah, you can jump in. You can see Seville
well,
struggling.
the crowbar gets advantage.
Because you also have a
But-
crowbar.
You rolled
A
advantage.
crowbar.
Yeah, I have a
yeah,
crowbar.
I got an 8.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's.
Can I
mean,
roll
I don't know how you
something
do that
just to
one.
see?
Well, I mean, I'll let you roll one roll on strength.
Her strength is
I
not
rolled an 8.
Well, D&D's real
Well.
because
Yeah, no, it's not.
it's
doesn't
not our
seem-
We try
it's
to-
not our forte.
Can we try to pull the portcullis
So
up?
Yeah.
Anazora comes over to you guys, and she kind of muscles past you, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for her this time.
Okay, great. Do we
Well,
all
actually,
roll?
I'll use my magic dice from my special secret friend.
Do we roll as well, or just?
No, I'm rolling for Anazora. Wait, I thought you already rolled a strength, didn't you?
We
I didn't.
roll,
No,
yeah.
not on
Okay,
the door.
go. It's the two of you.
Yeah.
Anazora reaches in with
12.
one hand, so it's 3 of you.
I got it.
Plus your strength.
Yeah. Not very strong. I'm a -1. So
Oh,
I got a 5.
5.
I got, and she got a 3 plus 2, a 5.
5, 12, and 5.
We're all
I'm gonna say that you moved it about an inch, but it feels like it's resisting it, and it's not
My
like
face like starts to turn purple. I'm like,
yeah. You let go, and it goes.
Ah,
Okay, so have we
It
investigated
didn't
around?
feel like it was stuck.
that portal is
It
seeming
what?
more
It
tempting
what?
now.
It didn't feel like it was stuck, just that it was
heavy.
beyond your strength.
can I
to
take my
move it.
sword and use it for the torque of that and shove my sword's edge?
Careful,
I
you
think-
don't want to damage that sword.
And it's
Can we
very
all
strong.
just get up here and try to lift this?
I want to help them try to
Bullshit.
lift the port.
Come on, if we all do it and stop dallying around.
I agree.
Okay,
Let's all
we're
do
not
it.
dallying, but
All right, all right.
The 5 of us should be able to do it. If you feel it's
Tabitha,
not
you're
stuck.
strong. Maybe if you get in.
I'm
She's
Definitely
absolutely
not
not
strong.
strong.
You're just very capable.
Well, that's a different thing
capable
entirely.
of other things.
I'm going to say that you can probably have 3 at you at most at this
that.
portcullis, but if you want to swap out who's lifting or if you want to do anything else, let me know.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have an idea
Here.
about what I want to do with
And I
the
toss
trapdoor.
Anazora the
Crowbar?
crowbar.
Yeah.
Try to
okay.
get this damn
so
trap
what if she
door open.
Pushes the crowbar
The
under.
trapdoor?
Yeah.
And then Anazora and I both
Okay.
kind of like using our
see.
leverage and our torque, we kind of both down on the edge of the crowbar so that our strength has the power of physics working for
Yeah,
it.
another 3.
Holy shit.
Okay, so here's my
But
idea
you look
with
over
the
there and
trapdoor.
she's
You roll
like,
with advantage, right?
she's, no, I didn't, thank you.
'Cause
I think it's
crowbar's-
the way I
she's
imagine
trying,
it.
you see she's using it incorrectly at first because she's never used one.
Yeah, right.
She's like trying to lift, it's like it's not
No,
connecting.
Anazora. Fulcrum. Hit, push it in, and then leverage.
Oh, with the point?
Yes.
Oh,
We're not stabbing.
I have
my
an
God.
idea. I have an idea.
I just rolled 3 3s in a row.
I
Great.
have
so
an
can I say something real
idea.
quick?
D&D's real, guys.
I guess you can go first.
Great. So I have this idea that I don't give a shit about the trapdoor.
Okay.
Like I don't care. So
We
what I'm
know.
thinking is we lift up the portcullis.
We
'cause
can't lift it.
No, here's an idea though, just so you hear. Enough so that someone small like Tabitha can get past.
Okay.
Not that we need to
We
lift it
tried.
the well, hold on a sec. Just to lift it enough, as many people as we can, to get through, so that we can at least get past where we are
Wait a minute.
somehow.
Before we try that, I have an idea.
There should
With
be
my, with
a
I'm very,
lever or some
because I'm
kind
very
of-
live.
Mm-hmm.
I see
What
if
are
I
we
can
missing?
put my hands through the portcullis and feel around
Did we
and
look
find
on the
any kind
ceiling?
of button.
Do an investigation.
or
check.
release
Either you'd like
mechanism.
But yeah, I'm willing to spend as much
No,
time as
we do not.
necessary, like just to do this.
All right.
You know what I mean?
This door, this portcullis will not
Yeah,
stop
like
me.
like this door. I'm not trying to let this door be like a boss. For me.
Right. This
You know what I'm
is this
saying?
is kind of a boss fight.
No, yeah, not to me. I'm just
Come on,
like
you wanna
whatever it
sit
takes to
off
get
on-
past
What'd
this
you get?
door.
Okay,
I'm
is this
down.
with my dex modifier or with my investigation? 'Cause
No,
this is-
investigation.
Investigation? Okay, I get an 11.
11. No, you don't find anything. But you see Arisette's hand is out, flopping around, trying to find
Kind of
something.
trying to. It's hard because.
Yeah.
Tabitha,
do your thing.
Do you think you
Anasora
could get
comes
under
up
if we
saying, "What are you
lift it
looking
just
for?"
a little bit?
We're looking
I'm
for
looking
another-
to see if I can feel any buttons.
A button like
that-
on the coat.
Yeah.
Where, on the
On the
other
coat.
side of the portcullis?
On what coat?
The coat with the buttons.
What coat with buttons?
That's what you said.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
No idea what you're saying.
What are you talking about, Anazora?
Can-
What are you
Ariset,
trying to
Ariset,
for? I
what
thought
are
we
you
were looking for
attempting?
button
Can
coats.
we try to lift the portcullis a little bit and let her get through? Is that possible?
You can try. You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Anazora, we're hoping there's a secret button on the other side of this portcullis where we might be able to press
Well,
it
we don't
open.
need
Oh,
to
that opens the
assume-
door.
Yes, because
Let me
we
check.
We
And
don't
she
need
reaches
to
out.
Can't. And she checks.
assume that there's
Um,
something on the other side of this door if we can just lift it just a wee bit.
Yeah. So Anazora's like this one. She hits it and you hear.
So annoying.
Yes, like that. And I just,
Yes, Anazora.
I even go beyond her. I just go into the room.
It's just a hallway.
Yeah.
And it goes down to a T-junction, left and right, and it looks like they both carry off into darkness outside.
Do I
of
hear
the-
anything?
Roll or perception.
I got 18.
So you hear from the left, you listen, and you hear
I'm gonna go that way.
you
Sounds
hear
like
like
everybody.
sounds like somebody running away to the left.
I'm gonna motion everybody and I'm gonna move that way stealthily.
I would like to lead.
I mean, so
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I almost knocked my drink over. I'm okay.
So I go that way stealthily.
I'm gonna
I
lead
kinda
with my
give them a motion like I hear
extra
something.
stealth capabilities.
Okay, so roll. You two roll stealth. Are you guys following?
Yes, also very stealthy.
And Azora watches you all go
Yikes.
through. She's got a big smile on her face.
3.
So yeah.
Ooh, one, but guess what?
Oh, halfling luck. Redo it. Redo
Oh,
it.
yeah.
18 plus 7.
Oh. Yeah.
25!
So you feel this air kind of brush past you, and you look around, and you just see Tabitha's like, and she's not making any sound. But you, as you're looking,
I'm like,
you hit the wall, and you hear the strings of the lute one more time go, and let's hear it. Yeah. Oh. And what did you get? Are you stealthing?
I'm stealthing.
Are we all
What'd you
stealth?
get?
Okay,
I have
okay.
to roll?
Oh, you have to roll if you're stealthing, or you don't have to stealth.
I'll stealth.
Edazora.
18.
Or does anybody other than me want to roll for Anazora?
Yeah,
I got a
I'll-
4, but
There we
honestly,
go.
I should ask
I'll
you
roll.
before.
Here we go.
Okay. There should be a player roll.
That's a natural 1.
Wish we would have stuck with you.
I got a 17.
Oh my god.
All right.
Well,
All right, but
so
now-
Anazora comes down. She's like, "What are we looking for?" And she's
Okay, I'm very far ahead.
What do
I
we
would like
see?
to be at this point.
so you don't see anything. The hallway just looks like it goes off infinity.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay, you just keep going. The elves among you, you can see down 60 feet. This to the left is a long hallway, and about 60-ish feet along, it starts ramping down a little bit. Okay, and you see down there it makes a left turn, about another 40 feet from where you're standing, from where it starts to ramp down.
I'm still in the lead and going ahead.
Okay.
And I run up to follow up.
Uh,
catch up with
Checking
her.
for traps, looking,
Oh,
being
okay.
very...
Do an investigation check.
So she's way up ahead of us?
She is.
She's scouting
I
ahead.
run up to catch up with her.
21.
Nice. So you're running along, you're looking, you don't see anything that looks like any traps or triggers, anything. You make it all the way down to the end of the hall. You look around the corner, roll a perception check for me.
That is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So 13. You see somebody disappear. So the hallway goes down about another
Okay.
30 feet, and then it goes to the left again. And you see somebody just flash off to the left.
Okay, I'm gonna like wait until I know that like Erisat, like the elves can see me, and I just like kind of signal that we're going that way,
Okay.
so they know which way I'm headed, and
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna carry after the
Scurry up
flash.
with.
So marching order,
Tabitha.
we have Tabitha, Seville,
And Ariset's up there with her.
and Ariset,
Uh-huh.
and then Otto. And I'm going to say that Anazora came last because she was enjoying watching you guys
Sure.
all march through.
Yeah.
And I say, Anis.
Okay. Okay. So you make your way down,
Okay.
and you turn the corner, and you see about. Actually, you can't see anything. Sorry, there's no light in this section at all.
Mhm.
So it's dark. You look around the corner, you can't see anything.
But
I
we
have
might-
a candle, and I have just lit the candle a little bit, so I can like
Okay.
kind of see tiny bit.
Okay, so you still can't see anything.
But we're
You
right
see about
next
like
to
10
it.
feet with that candlelight.
But
But you
Judd-
don't. You
So I
just see a
see the
hallway.
candlelight lit,
Ariset
and I just.
Seville are right next to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
So
right
you
there.
guys come around the corner. You see
Yeah.
it goes on about another 40 feet. There are 2 indentations on the left and right side. You can't tell. Just some of the wall disappears there, and then it goes down and there's a door. At the
I'll
end.
examine the indentations.
All right.
Okay.
I'm right behind
You
them.
want me to blow my candle out?
You can't see
So-
anything.
Strong
so-
attention?
I have my torch though.
Right.
Okay, so you come around the corner.
You're doing the torch?
Your torch.
I've been
doesn't-
having my torch
your
this whole
tor-
time. Yeah.
I thought we were trying to be inconspicuous and be stealthy.
No, yeah, I have my torch. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been having it.
All right, so yeah, your torch, your light isn't quite.
You guys
reaching-
can. You're a little bit further ahead, but me.
If you're
I-
at the corner,
I
it
can't
doesn't
see.
quite reach the indentations.
So
I'll go to the
I'm
indentations.
gonna tell. Ariset, take the left side of the wall. I'll take the right. And
Okay, so as you guys advance and your torchlight finds that the wall just disappears there
Yeah.
on both sides, you start to hear this rushing of water again. And the smell of the sewage is pretty strong in the hallway here.
Okay.
And as you get close to those indentations, you just see these columns, these tubes. They're crafted out of stone, but you can hear water rushing through them. And then there's a doorway straight ahead. There's a tube on each side.
And where's the water?
You can hear it inside.
It's inside
Uh,
the tubes of those
Yeah,
columns.
you can hear it. It's like just
Rushing water?
The volume is coming
Okay,
through
okay.
the stone of these tubes.
All right.
I think I would just maybe want to go toward the sound of the rushing water.
Well, the rushing water is from the tubes.
It's coming
It's in
from
the
pipes.
tube.
You
Right,
hear
right.
sounds
Pipes.
coming from ahead
All
as
right,
well.
I can see
Well,
the
I
source.
go
These
to
are
the
like
door.
stone pipes.
I go
I'm
to the
gonna-
door. I go ahead to the
Door,
door and I
door,
start
door,
looking
obviously
at
door.
it.
We're
going
Okay,
to the
to
I'm-
the door, looking
I'm
for
looking at the
traps.
Yeah.
Roll investigation. You're just looking. Roll perception.
Got a 6.
Yeah, so it looks like a door.
I'm also
Uh,
going to.
And I'm a little. I'm
20.
like a couple steps
20,
behind
yeah.
these guys.
Ooh.
You look around. You don't see any traps. It looks
Yeah.
like this is pretty standard door.
Yeah.
There's no lock on it.
I'm gonna go through
Kick
the
this
door.
door in and let's fucking
Oh,
go.
As you open up,
Yeah.
the stench of the sewage is pretty strong here, And there are some torchlights that are illuminated on the far side, and what you see are two streams of sewage that feed into a central pool. On the left, the tube comes in and it feeds a circular pool like this. On the right, the tube comes in and bends to the right so that the sewage also adds, and you just see this kind of whirlpool effect of the sewage pooling and going down at this whirlpool. And then on the far corners, you see these big metal rings like you saw on the door down to the crock pit. There's one on the left and there's one on the right.
Okay, is there like a pathway or anything, or would I just?
There's enough walkway on each side, and there are little walkways over the feeding areas of the streams coming in.
Okay, and
so you can get to either side.
Okay, I'm gonna take the right side.
I'm
Okay.
going to the right.
Okay, so you two go to the right side. You cross over. The sewage is terrible. What are you guys doing?
Okay, I am just continuing ahead. I'm gonna go toward. How
You
many
need to go-
directions did you say?
You can go
for-
right or left.
left or
and
right.
Two of us are on the right side.
I'm gonna.
Try the
I'll go a little bit to the left. I'll kind of nod to them, and with my
Okay.
torch, I'll go examine the other way. See if we
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Okay, great.
All right, and Anazora goes with you two. So you two go to the left. The three of you go to the right.
Right.
You cross over the little walkway, over the sewage. You're watching it just this frothing and foaming as it circles, and you can see it's literally made of whirlpool. Like it's indented in the middle as it's feeding downward. And again, you see these two kind of rusty, round handle rings that go into the wall.
Okay.
There's no sign of anybody else in here anymore.
Okay, so I think we should
Try the
crank
rusty
the
ring.
thing.
Yeah, let's see if there's
Let's
a
crank
way
it.
to.
See what happens.
Okay, so you guys start cranking on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Should we start cranking too?
and nothing seems to happen. You feel like a, but you hear things happening in the wall,
Yeah.
but nothing seems to happen out. And it kind of like it gets to a point, and then it clicks like it's difficult to turn, and then it breaks free and it's easy again, and then
Guys,
it
try
hits
this
again.
Yeah, okay. So I start doing mine.
So you guys watch as she's over there and she's doing
Do
it at
yours
the
as
same,
well.
at the same
time.
We're
thing.
doing it at the same time.
At the same time, they both immediately catch, and now they're harder, turning them,
Help.
and you hear all of a sudden the rushing water into the room starts getting softer and softer as you crank it. Finally,
That's it.
these metal grates were lowering over the tubes that feed into this room, and as the final water drains out, in that center pool, you see a conical shape of this kind of algae-covered stone, but on the stone are these metal rungs that lead down into this hole.
This must have been what we were hearing, all those bangs.
It might be.
I'm gonna follow down those.
The only question is why were we hearing those bangs?
Because they're
Obviously
using
someone
it to
else
go
is
in
trying
and
to be
out
in
of
it,
their
yeah.
secret chambers.
Well, that
Also, just any time they were going in and out of all the doors.
These
then
sewers
we
are
might be
full of
exactly
secrets.
overhead of where we were.
Maybe, but there's only one way to find out.
I'm
I
going
imagine,
down.
go
After
down the ladder.
Tabitha.
Yeah.
And
I go
all
with
very
her.
carefully grabbing onto these rungs and making your way down, and you see the light from the flickering torches up ahead above you starts to fade into darkness. And as the smell of the stench of the sewage and the slippery, and you're holding on, wondering what's below you, we're gonna end it there for tonight, guys.
Oh, exciting! What's gonna happen
Good
next
job,
time?
guys. I was wondering if you would go this direction. Well done,
right.
well done, everyone.
Fun
All
times.
right.
Yeah, great job,
Wow.
guys.
Thank you.
I'm just glad to be alive.
Yeah, you guys are doing
so
great.
Far, so good.
Glad that portal was a two-way portal.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
no
kind of
kidding.
hoping you stayed, but that would have been tough.
Not without a
Well, it
rest.
would have been a heck of a combat, but that might be in the cards, guys. If you want to see some of that snowy terrain and us fight that big
Hey,
spider.
I'm all
We
set for
need
you guys to go
back
back there. So,
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
10,000% Eris says going back there.
yeah, I kind of assumed you would do that, but we'll see. It's very exciting. You guys are finally making some progress on all of the the intrigue that
Yeah.
Anak'Rali has to offer.
Yes.
So
will we find out if there are answers to this plot against the kingdom?
I mean, I don't know. You guys have to.
Yeah, you have to stick with us, guys, because
Yeah.
I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of intrigue, and there's some really cool things coming up, guys. So make sure to come and see us next week. Thank you for letting us make your Saturdays a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
And please stay tuned because nobody has had the stream open on our computers. We don't know if we had any follows, but if we had, thank you. If we have any subs, super big thank you. Thank you for dealing with all of our technical difficulties as we adjust the audio.
Yes, we'll get it right.
Constantly, always.
We are constantly in discussions with XSplit to figure out what the heck is going on, but we will get there. And stay tuned for those big giveaways we have at reaching 200 followers. So we love you guys. Seriously, the D&D community, the tabletop role-playing community is freaking amazing. And all of the friends that we have made on Twitter in this last couple weeks.
Yeah.
We love you guys. You're very special. This is a special community, and we feel so honored to be part of it. We will see you guys next week. We love you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. See you guys.